just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything.
He destroys. My mouth speaks the praise of Yah, and let all flesh bless his set apart name forever and
And
ever.
never. All praise to God.
Hallelujah.
All praise to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Praise
Man,
Yah,
all
man.
praise to the Most
Praise the
High,
Most
Praise
High.
man.
y'all. Praise y'all.
Hey, y'all nasty, boy. Y'all nasty, man. Y'all know how to get somebody's spirit jump. Hallelujah.
All
Hallelujah, man. I'm telling you, man.
Selling they soul, liquor and dope. Letting go of the rope, young and the old, slippery slope. Proverbs 1 and 24 is the cause of our woes. We don't even know. So many in the city like a father. Ain't no winning till we turn back to the Father. No quitting, remain willing to go harder for the Abba.
You got good people out there. You still got to follow the commandments.
The money come with problems and we got no way to solve them. If you got it, then you got them. Best believe that, bro. Open up the Bible, you will find yourself
and
inside it.
this is the message which we have heard from him and announced to you, that Elohim is light, and in him is no darkness at all.
In the scriptures, love life and put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to.
I was thinking we actually, since you said that, I was looking at Psalm 66, and that's what is going on, you know.
Just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the power. You could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over.
That's when that lust kick in, man. You always got to be dealing with that fight, that daily flesh fight every day.
Every
Every
day.
day.
Rules look strange to Americans. They ain't used to seeing Torah keeping people with no Satan in them. Some of us only keep the
I was
laws
able
in
to
our
connect
actions.
to one of our elders in Africa of the Limba tribe.
Till we discover the truth in that days, we be doing something different. We follow the Abba to the T with no permission. Wrestling for blessings like your code, we on a mission. Fully understanding we're the vehicle to bring the truth to others while maintaining that Yahuwah is the engine. I don't think you heard me, I said y'all must be the engine. The Messiah came in his name, he is on one accord with him. In this land of Kiddim, always second guess doctrine that's polytheistic and not keeping the Father central. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything. Could care less about the
I don't think the Most High made a mistake. That's how I look at it. He knew what was going on. He knew what he was going to do. He knew how it was going to play out. You know what I'm saying? He declared the end from the beginning. So if it went like that, it meant to go that way.
Less about the power, you could keep the rings. I'm just trying to put the Father over everything, yeah. Father over everything. Father over everything. Power, you could keep the rings. Father over everything, yeah.
I know y'all Hebrews, and I know it's late. So, Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, man.
Love,
Love
bro.
you too,
Bro.
Yeah.
Love, brothers.
Hey, Shabbat.
You know what I'm talking about? I love you, brothers, man. Let's get to it. Praise the Most High, Yah.
All praises to the Most High Yahuwah.
Right on. All right. Psalms 135. Praise Yah. Praise the name of Yahuwah. Praise you, servants of Yahuwah, who are standing in the house of Yahuwah, in the courts of the house of our Elohim. Praise Yah, for Yahuwah is good. Sing praises to his name, for it's pleasant. For Yah has chosen Jacob for himself, Yisrael for his treasured possession. For I know that Yahuwah is great, and our master is above all mighty ones. Yahuwah has done whatever pleased him in the heavens and in the earth, and the seas in all the depths, causing vapors to go up from the ends of the earth. He made lightning for rain, bringing forth wind from his treasuries, who struck the firstborn of Mizraim from man to beast. He sent signs and wonders into your midst, O Mizraim. On Pharaoh and all his servants, who struck many nations and killed mighty sovereigns, even Shihon, sovereign of the Amorites, and Og, sovereign of Bashan, and all the reigns of Canaan. And he gave their land as an inheritance to Israel, his people. O Yahuwah, your name is forever. O Yahuwah, your remembrance to all generations. For Yah rightly rules his people and has compassion on his servants. The idols of the nations are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they do not speak. They have eyes, but they do not see. They have ears, but they do not hear. Also, there is no breath in their mouth. Those making them become like them, everyone who is trusting in them. Bless Yahuwah, O house of Israel. Bless Yahuwah, O house of Aaron. Bless Yahuwah, O house of Levi. You who fear Yahuwah, bless Yahuwah. Bless from Zion, Yahuwah be, who dwells in Jerusalem. Praise Yah.
All praises.
All praise. All right.
All praise.
We read that one for sure, but it's all good. You know. Hey, you know what? Today is just a conversation right here. This ain't no in my eyes, in my opinion, this ain't no spiritual, I mean, not spiritual, but no salvational issue, right? Just a conversation, you know. So that's pretty much the intro to that. It's not, you know, so I don't want nobody trying to knock nobody's head off this conversation. It's just a conversation coming out covered in this. And, you know, and our people covered a lot of things in this world. So we'll see some other things that people covered in this discussion.
Okay. Well, the first thing he said was, when he said, thou shalt not covet, he named it right in there, didn't he? One of the most things we covet is women.
Man. Said neighbor's wife.
Neighbor's wife.
All right, let's start that at that October 4th, verse 5 and 6.
October 4, 5 and 6. My son, be mindful of Adonai Eloheinu all your days. Let not your will be set to sin or to transgress his commandments. Do uprightly all your life long. Follow not the ways of unrighteousness.
Right.
For if you deal truly, your doings shall prosper, succeed to you, and to all them that live justly.
Jump down at 13.
Beware of all whoredom, my son, and chiefly take a woman of the seed of your fathers.
So when they say chiefly, that means mainly, right? You know, mainly do this thing, right?
And take not a strange woman to be your woman, which is not of your father's tribe.
Right. But we so mixed up in these generations, right? We can make that excuse, right? We so mixed up in these generations. We can make this excuse. Go ahead. That's just a question, actually. That's just a question I'm asking y'all. If we so mixed up right now, can we make this as an excuse that we take strange women?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
Okay.
For we are the children of the prophets, Noah, Abraham, Ishak, and Yaakov.
And that's one prophet that we sometimes forget about, Noah, right? We sometimes forget about Noah. You know what he say? Noah preached to the people for 120 years, right? We forget about that sometimes.
I mean, but if you're talking about taking from the tribe but Noah, though, wouldn't that open it up to all the tribes?
But he's saying, but we saying if we go back to Joshua, we see that basically Noah took a woman from his own nation, is what we're saying right here. But that's a good point right there. That's a good point.
Yeah, but we are the children of the prophets.
Right. But that's why he not started naming, you know, the line of prophets that he's talking about. When he say take from your father's tribe, he talking about this line right here of Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob.
Okay.
Remember, my son, that our fathers from the beginning, even that they all married women of their own kindred, and were blessed in their children, and their seed shall inherit the land. Now that right there, and their seed shall inherit the land. That's a big point right there.
What you trying to say, Doc?
Because just like it said in Revelation, you know what I'm saying? Don't measure the outside, because the outside is for the Gentile, right? And it's always said that our seed gonna inherit the land. Now, if you like say like you married to a woman of another nation, and the outside is for the Gentile, but the inside is for Israel, where would that put you? You know what I'm saying? You see the confusion right there?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about for sure.
Yeah. So if you going to one of the 12 gates, which one do your family go in? You know, because like he said, the covenant was made with our fathers, not the other nation, but they still get eternal life, right?
So,
right,
they still get eternal life, but it's a difference in what the Most High chose. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, that's a good point right there. I like that.
And their seed shall inherit the land. Now, therefore, my son, love your brother.
I think we stopping right there. Oh no, you got it.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, just
13. 13. This one too.
Oh, okay. Well, nah, I might have put the wrong thing, guys. Let's stop it right there. 12. So
okay.
He said 13, scratch that.
All right.
Let's jump straight to that Genesis. So we see what kind of command Tobiyahu was given to his son, right? Genesis 26,
34, right?
34 and 35, yes, sir.
All right. I continue for a minute. And when Esau was 40 years old, he took as wives Yehudith, the daughter of Beriel, the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon. That Elon Musk daddy? Daughter of Elon, the Hittite. Elon the Hittite. And they were a bitterness of spirit to Yishak and Rebecca.
The spirit, right?
A bitterness of spirit. Like, man, they probably saw the way they was acting or something.
Right. So before we go on, let's get that definition of a Hittite out. What is a Hittite? And we're just gonna keep it short. I want to read more, but you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna take our time in that. We're just gonna get the short and simple. A Hittite. This coming out. What's that coming out of?
Coming out to Encyclopedia. The Zollern Pictorial Encyclopedia of the Bible.
Say.
Okay. All right. Hittites, also written as sons of Heth.
Right. So if you want to go see more about, what a Hittite is, you can go read about the sons of Heth, right?
Mm-hmm. Based on Epnon, represented in cuneiform as the Haiti, Old Testament designation of several people of differing ethnos.
And that's what we really wanted to get right there. In the Old Testament, it designates the Hittites as several peoples of different ethnos, meaning different ethnic groups, right?
Right.
So
Right, like
Hittites,
mixed people. A lot of mixed seeds up in there.
man, several peoples of different ethnic groups are Hittites, right? And we could read about the Indo-European Hittites of Asia Minor. We can read the history of it, but we're not going to deal with all that right now. We can deal with that at a later time, you know what I'm saying? When time permits, we'll say, right? But anybody can go see what a Hittite is for themselves, right? It's simple study. Go ahead, hey, Swin, and go get examples or pictures of some Hittites for us, Doc, that you got.
Okay. All right. A beardless Hittite prisoner with a rope around his neck on the wall of the great temple of Abu Simbel. That's what some Hittites look like.
Man, it look like he got a pointy nose and straight hair.
Yeah, like he got like a Arab nose too.
Yeah.
Let's look at a Hittite king and queen from a bas relief.
What them Hittites look like?
Straight Gentiles.
They look like this? They look like Gentiles, huh?
Hey, ain't no confusing.
Oh yeah, they look like well we some people say Esau to me right there.
Yeah, look like them people.
Hey, and they say Esau took these type of people to be his wife, right? And it say these type of people was in bitterness of soul to Yishak and Rebecca, right?
Right.
Interesting, right?
Very. And you see Esau mixed his seed with them too.
Oh, we're gonna see that later, right? We're gonna see that later for sure. We're gonna read that.
All right. Let's go to Jubilees 25.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Getting a little deeper about this bitterness of soul that she was inflicted with. Yishak and Rebecca, right?
Okay.
So we got an example of how they kind of might have looked, right?
Right. Okay. Jubilees 25, 1 through 12. Anybody? I keep going. Huh?
Got it out.
Go ahead.
All right. And in the second year of this week, in this Jubilee, Rebecca called Yaakov, her son, and spoke unto him, saying, My son, do not take you a woman of the daughters of Canaan, as Esau, your brother, who took him 2 women of the daughters of Canaan. They have embittered my soul with all their unclean deeds. For all their deeds are fornication and lust, and there is no righteousness with them. For their deeds are evil.
Hey,
Look at that. Look at that. For all their deeds are fornication and lust.
Right. So now you see when they say don't walk in the ways of the nations, right? Because all their deeds are fornication and lust, right? And there's no righteousness with them, right?
Right.
Hey, I want to bring up a point too. Oh, go ahead. Oh, okay, I'm good. All right, so basically, like when you look at the history of like things like Christmas and Valentine's Day, those was like big like fornication days. You know what I'm saying? And all that, like all that stuff was going on like during those times. So, like you said, learn out the way of the nations. You know what I'm saying? People keep day holidays, which the origin was fornication and all that. They had big orgy parties and things of that nature. That was normal.
Hmm?
Mm, okay. Anything else to add with that?
Nah, that was it.
Oh, okay. For all their deeds are fornication and lust. Just think about some of these things these people do. They have sex with animals and stuff. Fornication and lust. Crazy lust. Animal lust. Just think about it.
It's definitely
All
a
right.
thing.
And I, my son, love you exceedingly, and my heart and my affection bless you every hour of the day and watch of the night. And now, my son, hearken to my voice and do the will of your mother. And
Right?
do not take you a woman of the daughters of this land, but only of the house of my father and of my father's kindred.
So all Jacob was doing when he listening to his mama is basically keeping one of the commandments, right? Thou shalt obey
Mhm.
thy mother and thy father, right? So that's how he was doing.
Right. You shall take you a woman of the house of my father, and El Elyon will bless you.
Hmm.
And your children shall be a righteous generation and a holy seed.
Right. Because it said she said, I seen how they deeds are of the other nations. Don't take them. Because none of their deeds are righteous, right?
Mm, mm. There go that seed again.
Right.
Be a righteous generation and a holy seed. He
Yeah,
chose the seed of Jacob.
the word already said what the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice unto devils, man. That's what it said. So
Mhm. And then spoke Yaakov to Rebekah his mother, and said unto her, Behold, mother, I am 9 weeks of years old, and I neither know nor have I touched any woman, nor have I betrothed myself to any, nor even think of taking me a woman of the daughters of Canaan.
See, I ain't even had the thought of taking one of them women's. Not even the thought.
Right, right.
Why he ain't
I
even
ain't
had
even
that
think.
thought? Go ahead.
For I remember, mother, the words of Abraham,
Hmm.
our father,
So we
for
see who
he
it came
command.
from, huh? We see who it's coming
Mm,
from, right?
right, right. He said, I remember Abraham, our father, for he commanded me not to take a woman of the daughters of Canaan,
Mm.
but to take me a woman from the seed of my father's house and from my kindred.
So that's what we don't get in the Genesis when she said they was in bitterness and spirit, and you just think that Rebecca saying, "Oh, take your daughter." But Jacob right here clearly says, "I remember when Abraham commanded me." Right?
Hmm. I have heard before that daughters have been born to Lavan, your brother, and I have set my heart on them to take a woman from amongst them. He said, man, I heard, you
Right.
know,
So now we understand what Toby's saying when he said how fathers he brought up Jacob, taking somebody from his own tribe, right?
right. And for this reason, I have guarded myself in my ruach,
Hmm.
in my spirit, against sinning or being corrupted in all my ways throughout all the days of my life. Hmm.
Said
That
sin.
man, that's one thing our people need to be taught too. Guarding, guarding yourself against sinning or being corrupted in all my ways throughout all the days of my life.
Mm.
For with regard to lust and fornication, Abraham my father gave me many commands.
Right. Too many to list, Doc.
Man. And despite all that he has commanded me, these 2 and 20 years, my brother has striven with me
Mm.
and spoken frequently to me,
Mm-hmm.
and said, my brother,
Mm-hmm.
take to be your woman a sister of my 2 women.
Mm. So Esau
Mhm.
was enticing him. He said, "Come on, you see how these women look. We
Right,
already kind of got a picture of one of the women's, right? He's
right,
like, man, take the sister. Come on, you know what I'm talking about?
right. I got one fight.
Right,
Take one for the team.
right. He said, you 63 years old. You still ain't touched one. Come here. Let me show you.
Hmm. But I refuse to do so. But I refuse to do as he has done.
Right. So that mean that mean it was offered to him, right? He's like, nah, I ain't
Right.
good.
I'm good.
Right.
They hair different. I swear before you, mother, that all the days of my life I will not take me a woman from the daughters of the seed of Canaan, and I will not act wickedly as my brother has done. Fear not, mother. Be assured that I shall do your will and walk uprightness and not corrupt my ways forever.
He's saying if you do this act, that mean you'll be corrupting your ways, right? He basically saying, hey,
Mhm.
if I took one of them other women from the daughters of Canaan, because you remember we got the definition, his Hittite said of people of different ethnos, right?
Right.
So again, he said, nah, if I do that, I'll be corrupting my ways. Go ahead.
Thereupon she lifted up her face to heaven and extended the fingers of her hands and opened her mouth and blessed El Elyon, who had created the heavens and the earth. And she gave him thanks and praise. And she said, blessed be Yahuwah Elohim, and may his holy name be blessed forever and ever, who has given me Yaakov as a pure son and a holy seed, for he is yours, and yours shall his seed be continually and throughout all generations forevermore.
All praises. All praises. So again,
Okay?
now we seeing again, this command is coming not just from Rebecca, the command was coming from Abraham, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, sure. 51 to 61, 85. And the children of Israel journeyed from the plain of Moab and pitched by the Yarden from Beth Hay Yeshamoth, even unto Aviel Shittim at the end of the plains of Moab. And when the children of Israel abode in the plain of Shittim, they began to commit whoredom with the daughters of Moab. And the children of Israel approached Moab, and the children of Moab pitched their tents opposite to the camp of the children of Israel. And the children of Moab were afraid, the children of Israel. And the children of Moab took all their daughters and their women, beautiful aspect and comely appearance, and dressed them in gold and silver and costly garments. And the children of Moab seated those women at the door of their tents in order that the children of Israel might see them and turn to them and not fight against Moab.
So we already see that because of that lust and covetousness, children of Moab knew what to do and how to deceive the children of Israel, right?
Right.
Uh, and all the children of Moab did this thing to the children of Israel. And every man placed his woman and daughter at the door of his tent. All the children of Israel saw the act of the children of Moab. And the children of Israel turned to the daughters of Moab and coveted them.
Mm.
And they went to them.
That's
They're
all
like,
it is.
man, look at that one.
Right,
Look at that one right there, boy. I'm telling you.
right. But this command had already came way back down from Abraham, right?
Right.
So, but they said that they coveted them, right? They looked at them women, it's like, man, I see our women, they cool, but look at her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like the word covet, right? We say like that's like when you want something that belongs to somebody else, right?
Not exactly. Coveting basically means
Hey,
like desire. They desire.
Oh,
desire
okay,
for
desire. Okay, well, I was going to say, like maybe that those Moab women belong to Moab men. You know what I'm saying? So
But
you want another
they
nation
did though.
woman?
nah,
They did
you see
shot
what he said?
their
Yeah,
daughters
you see he said the daughters, they put their
and their
women
women.
and daughters at the
Yeah.
door.
So it did belong to other Moab men. They say they
Right.
placed
Right.
their women at the door and their daughters at the door of the tent.
Yeah.
And that ain't
Right.
nothing for them. Don't walk in the ways of the nations. They don't mind somebody dealing with their woman.
So they'll swing it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it came to pass that when the ivory came to the door of the tent of Moab, and it came to pass when the Hebrew came to the door of the tent of Moab and saw a daughter of Moab and desired her in his heart, coveted her in his heart,
Right.
and spoke with her at the door of the tent that which he desired.
Man, this is what I want to do to you is what he said in her ear.
Mm-hmm. While they were speaking together, the men of the tent would come out and speak to the Hebrew like unto these words.
Mm.
Surely you know that we are brethren. We are all descendants of Lot and the descendants of Abraham, his brother.
Mm.
Wherefore, then, do you not remain with us? Wherefore, do you not eat our bread and our sacrifice?
Look at that out. It says, surely you know that we are brethren. They
Right.
still do that to this day when they pull out that 12 tribe chart. Surely you
We
know that this
brethren.
is your brother or sister because you covenanted these women. You covered these women, and now you got a chart to say this is your brother, this is your sister, right? So you can get with her. That's what they just did right here. Surely we are brethren. Come on, man. We just seen the line. It said that come from Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob. But they'll say, surely we are brethren. We come from Lot and the descendants of Abraham, his brother. Come on, man. Now we start down with semantics now, right?
So that's why they made that chart.
That's
Everybody who got fine women, they going on this chart.
Man.
That's
you desire this woman in your heart. So now you made an excuse why you can get with this woman. Right up.
No, you brothers trying to provoke me. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Look, we already had this conversation, but but I'm gonna say like I said, like we was scattered all over all over the world. But our people are there. But I know what you're saying. You're talking about the ones in the land that probably don't look exactly like us. So I understand what you're saying. So good. I'm gonna let y'all have it out. Let's try to have it today.
If they come from Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob, they most likely gonna look like you, straight up. But once you start talking about
it ain't gonna be no,
that, the other,
ain't gonna be no doubt about it, because you're gonna be the same, basically. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna look the same.
Yeah, but then we got the mixing. They still got the father seed. Like I got a daughter. She's light skinned.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she definitely an Israelite. Yehuda.
right? But that goes with, like you said, mixing, right? Mixing.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. That's what the Hittites was, a mixed nation, right?
All right. I mean, yeah, but you know, I don't say you are what
I'm
your
just
father
saying,
is, though. I'm just saying.
yeah, you are what your father is. I'm talking about like the other nations on the tribe chart. You know what I'm saying? They got,
I know they'll
that
have. I ain't
tribe,
gonna lie. Like you have a straight. They'll be calling somebody an Israelite that look like a straight Gentile from the tribes. They'll be like, "Come on, like you don't forget about the Spaniards and all that." So I understand.
right? But it's Israelites in them nations though, but they don't show them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I
We
agree.
scattered everywhere. They don't show them. Them the ones that's in
Yeah.
the ghetto. Them the ones that look like us. You can tell, like, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, it ain't no question.
Yeah. Like Mexicans.
Yeah,
Like you'll never like the Mexicans they show you will be like that. You know, like you call essay whatever. But then you do have Negro Mexican like
Afro.
Afro
Yeah,
Mexicans
they
that look
call
just
them
like that
Afro.
look like
Yeah, they
that
call
look
them
like
Afro
us.
Latina. Right,
Yeah,
right,
I didn't even know that. I'm like, dang, I seen them. I'm like, oh wow, they got Mexicans that look like, no, they are Negroes. They us. Straight up.
right. It's like over there, like Brazil and all them. You go in the deep in there, you will see our people. But the ones that they show out there, they mix. They're a mixed nation. They not Israelite. They just mixed nation, a mixture. Ain't saying that they don't get
Okay.
salvation, but the thing is, they still not your people. They might be mixed with your people. You know what I'm saying? They not your people.
Yeah,
They
that's what I
not that
understand.
seed. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. And then, like, you know, uh, we've been mixed through the generations. So it's always gonna be confusion. But sure, a lot of people had Gentile women before they even came into this. You know what I mean?
Still do.
Right.
And still do.
But we're gonna
You
see.
know,
We're gonna see later. You know what I'm saying? What we supposed to do? If you come into this truth and you got it, we just since we use Hittite, we'll just stay with a Hittite woman. How about that? Or Gentile. We'll go Gentile. You know what I'm saying? A woman of a different nation, right?
right, right. Okay. Surely you know that we are brothers, and we are all descendants of Lot and the descendants of Abraham his brother. Wherefore, then you will not remain with us. Wherefore, will you not eat our bread and not sacrifice? And when the children of Moab had thus overwhelmed him with their speeches and enticed him by their flattering words, they seated him in the tent and cooked and sacrificed for him. And he ate of their sacrifice and ate of their bread,
Wow.
and then gave him wine, and he drank and became intoxicated. And they placed before him a beautiful damsel, and he did with her as he liked,
Hmm.
for he knew not what he was doing, as he had drunk plenty of wine.
But he really did know what he was doing. Because remember,
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
he already went to the tent and told her in her ear what he wanted to do to her. And then the man came out and
Mhm.
enticed him, right? With his flattering speeches, right?
Right.
So again, that desire
Like
in
he
the
didn't
heart.
know. Like when he didn't know what he was doing, he probably forgot to put the condom on. He didn't know what he was doing. Just using that as, that's probably what it is. No, I'd have put a lamb skin on if I knew what I was going to do.
Go ahead, finish that out.
Thus, all right, thus did the children of Moab to Israel in that place, in the plain of Shittim.
Hmm.
And the anger of Yahuwah was kindled against Israel on account of this matter. And he sent a pestilence among them. And there died of Israel 24,000 men.
All right, because you see, once they entice you, you feel me? You got that desire in your heart for another nation, they can easily entice you to eat their sacrifices, right?
Right. Right. The whole thing is that, people say things, but the Most High, the one came and put pestilence and plagues among them for doing that, right?
All right, for sure.
Sometimes we can say all day, I don't think, but sure, when you read something, you just got to step back, shut up, swallow it. Deuteronomy 7. When Yahuwah your Elohim brings you into the land which you go to possess, he shall also clear away many nations before you. The Hittites,
there they go
and
again.
the Gergesites, and the Amorites, and the Canaanites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. 7 nations greater and mightier than you. And when Yahuwah, your Elohim, gives them over to you, you shall strike them and put them under the ban completely.
And we seen why. We seen why you got to put them under the ban completely, right? Because they'll have you eat their sacrifices. You'll lust after they women in your heart. We just seen it. They wasn't even in the land yet. They was still in the plains of Shittim, right?
Right.
Lusting after the daughters of Moab, right? So now he telling you when you get in the land, man, I need y'all to put them under complete ban. Because I already seen how y'all acted with the children of Moab in the plains of Shittim. Now when I clean out this land for you, make a complete ban of these people, man.
Make no covenant with them and show them no favor. And do not intermarry with them. You do not give your daughters to his son. And you do not take his daughter for your son.
So that's the thing right here. Is this a commandment? That's the question right here. And do not intermarry with them. Is that a commandment from the Most High?
Well, it is.
Ooh, what you think? I want everybody's opinion on that. I'm about to write this down.
It's a commandment.
Hold on. Let me get.
Hey, who said this? Most
High.
Okay, y'all
He said, when Yahuwah bring you into the land, which you go to possess, this is what he's telling you.
Yamel, Steve, I want y'all, yeah or nay. Is this a commandment? Okay, Yamel gonna be bipartial in that. I should have figured. Steve?
It's not a suggestion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Shauna, if you was listening, Diablo, yes or no? Okay, let's keep moving. I got some yeses. We'll see.
And do not intermarry with them. You do not give your daughters to his sons, and you do not take his daughter for your son. For he turns your sons away from following me,
right,
to serve other mighty ones. And the displeasure of Yahuwah shall burn against you and promptly destroy you. How do they turn people from following them, though? You think about it. Sometimes they don't, but it's a steady fight with you going against. You know what I'm saying? Not getting what a Hebrew woman to do for you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, it happened with Solomon.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're gonna read that later, right? We're gonna read that later. And we know in Solomon and all his array, it happened to him, right? So we got that this is a command. But the Most High gave you a reason why he don't want you to do that, right? Because he gonna turn your sons away from following the Most High. Right?
Hey, know something that's crazy though, fam? Like when you look at it today, they have it set up to where we so against our women and our women are so against us that it's scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
and
They put out
And
that's a
it all
cunning
goes
plot.
back to the curses and them Jim Crow laws where they, like white against black, woman against man,
But,
and
I,
just perpetually keep going.
but look how deep it go. What Big Man was just saying. It goes so deep. With now, even in commercials, they always showing like mixed couples. A white man with a
Mixed
black
couple.
woman, a black woman
And
with.
now,
They even have them with the chanks now. You feel me?
and
Like,
now you see in the commercial men and men and women and women.
but it's still an interracial couple too, though.
Yeah,
It's never just a solid,
right.
you know what I'm saying, Israelite couple. Not even just a solid Gentile couple. You feel me? Now every commercial with an interracial couple promoting what they want to promote. And they go back to what Big Man was saying. They want the Israelite woman is so against the Israelite man and vice versa, right? And
Yeah,
look who's
yeah.
creating that. These other nations are creating that. So I go back again what y'all saying. Is this a command? Yes or no? I don't know. We'll see.
Shoot, yo, is it a
It's a
commandment?
command.
Right. Go
It's,
ahead.
it's, it's got to be a commandment. I mean, for his people, you know what I mean? For his people, for his seed that he chose, it's a command for them.
So you saying
Is it
every
okay? I
commercial
want
is
to.
promoting the breaking of this command. Is that what you're saying?
You said what?
You're saying every commercial is promoting the breaking of this command?
Of course, this world is given to the hand of the wicked.
Okay, what you about to say, y'all man?
Because like I know in the beginning you said like you don't see this as being a salvation issue, which I understand. So like my thing would like could we compare this command as a command of like okay wear fringes? You know what I'm saying? Was it like something like that? Like like don't mess with the nation. It's not a salvation issue if you don't wear your fringes. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep it in your heart. But is it like like almost like some type of like top tier advice? You know what I'm saying? Like don't mess with these other nations. But it might not be a salvation issue, but it could lead it to a salvation issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It
That's what I'm
could
saying.
lead into a salvational issue, but at the same time, you still got to remember that one thing I was saying earlier. This is 12 gates for the 12 tribes of Israel. The most high, boy, no, you ain't coming through this gate. Go back out there with your family.
Mm.
You chose the yard, so go on out there to the yard. You still got eternal life, though. Just think about it. Think about it in that
But
sense. You still got eternal life, but you ain't coming in this gate. Think about it like that.
Check this out. That wasn't a suggestion, brother. That wasn't a suggestion. That was a command, man.
It was.
Real talk. It's actually that simple.
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Let's keep reading. Let's keep reading, Big Man. I like that though. I like that. I like y'all Mel's point too. I like y'all Mel's point too. That's a good one. All praises.
Hey,
In
I'm
those
ready to read
days.
out
What
whenever
we
you're ready.
what
Cause
you on me?
I'll
What
eat
we at?
earlier.
Oh, okay, I got you out. You can hit this. Joshua 17, 1 through 15.
I think big man. I guess you're gonna go next up. All right, I got it. And in those days, in the 91st year of the life of Abram, which is Abraham, right? The children of Kittim made war with the children of Tubal. For when Yahuwah had scattered the sons of men upon the face of the earth, the children of Kittim went and embodied themselves in the plain of Canopia, and they built themselves cities there and dwelt by the river of Tiberu.
Yeah, so look at that. It say the children of Kittim made war with the children of Tubal. These are two Gentile nations fighting against each other. Two Gentile nations fighting against each other, right? Because we already got where it was at and let us know they was in by the river Tiberu. You can look up where that is on your map right today, right? And where else it say they was at?
I think Ketabal or Kittim?
Yeah, well, yeah, we
I
know the
mean,
kid is the
Canopia,
Romans. We know the kid.
Canopia.
Yeah, Canopia. There you go.
Okay, yeah. So again, you look up these places. Keep reading verse 2 to see what that say, y'all. See if it give us some more geographical locations. Go ahead.
All right. And the children of Tabal dwelt in the Tuscana.
Right? So what's
Mm.
that right now? That's Tuscany, Italy, right? So these are the Italians. Tubal is Italian.
Yeah, I think I heard that word Tabal before too, dealing with the Italians, bro.
If you read Genesis 10, you heard Tubal, Gentile nation, come from your faith, right?
Mm.
And now that you know where they built in Tuscany, right? What they call it right now. That's in Italy.
You know, it sounds like an Italian word too, huh? And their boundaries reach the river of Tiberu.
So it lets you know
and
how far to go. All the way, they boundaries reached all the way to Rome, basically.
And the children of Tubal built a city into Shana, to Shani, and they called the name Sabina, after the name of Sabina, son of Tubal, their father, and they dwelt there until this day. Until this day.
They still there. Huh? They still there.
Yeah.
If you go to that land of Italy, that you're gonna see straight Italians there, right? You're gonna see straight Italians there.
That's what I'm saying. You know, brothers, they think it's religion. This is history, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's why we always say we're not in our land. These people are still in their land until this day. We're not in our land.
Right.
And it was at that time the children of Kenem made war with the children of Tabal. And the children of Tabal were smitten before the children of Kenem. And the children of Kenem caused 317 men to fall from the children of Tabal.
So we see these Romans always been good fighters, man. Straight up.
And at that time, the children of Tabal swore to the children of Kenem, saying, "You shall not intermarry among us, and no man shall give his daughter to any of the sons of Kenem."
So these two Gentile nations saying this, right? Or one Gentile nation saying this to another. But now let's keep reading to see why is this Tubal saying this?
Ain't them the Romans? Ain't them the Romans?
Yeah, them the Romans, them the Romans.
Okay.
That's why I said them Romans always been good fighters. When they say kill them, smite them.
For all the daughters of for all the daughters of Tabal were in those days fair.
Look at that.
So Tabal had the baddies up.
They had the baddies. That's why he said, our daughters. Hey man, why would you even say that if you ain't had the baddies, huh? Why would you say y'all ain't intermarrying with us because they had the baddies?
Hey, I'm just saying, we wrote these scrolls, right? Hey, brother, that's how you know we wrote these up. They say, yeah, Tabal had the baddies. Yeah, they was fair.
Fair. Hey, what they associate fair with these days? Fine. She fine right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if the youngsters still say fine. I don't think they still say that.
Nah, they say she a baddie. They baddies now.
Okay.
Oh man, for no woman were then found in the whole earth so fair as the daughters of Tabal.
Come on, this is a Gentile nation. They said they got the finest women right now.
Oh man.
So, again, this desire in the heart. You know what I'm talking about? They don't marry these other nations, but that desire in the heart be like, man, she fine. You feel me? You have that desire in the heart, and then you make a chart and say, hey, she might be too bald, really. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say she this Israelite. All right, I'm gonna leave you alone.
Hey, look. She can't be a Gentile that far.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
You
she
better
gotta
be
have
like,
she gotta have some
you,
Israelite blood in her.
you are what your father are. I'm your
Yeah.
daddy now.
I'm
I'm
your
your
daddy
daddy
now.
now.
Yeah, it's like, all right. All right. Like, I need to, hey man, hey, Sean in here, cut it out. Cut
Oh yeah.
it
They were like, hey, write them down on the chart. Put them on the chart.
out. Write them
Hey,
down on the chart. I see clearly two ball. I look at her and clearly see two ball. Brother say, hey, we making her Israelite. You feel me,
Oh
mm,
man? Whoa.
man. Let's focus, man. Y'all brothers there. All right, I messing with y'all. All right, man. And all who delighted in the beauty of women went to the daughters of Tabal.
Right. Everybody who had desire in their heart to have a beautiful woman, no matter what y'all just said was a command said, they say, I'm taking me one of these women from Tubal. It didn't just say kid them, because obviously Tubal was giving up their women. But they said, we ain't giving y'all one, you Romans. You feel me? But everybody that desired beauty in the world was going to take him a woman of Tubal. That's what the scripture say.
Man. And the sons of, so that's a real thing, God. You know how brothers be out there like, man, them women right over there, those, you know what I mean? Mexican women, them Filipinos, yeah, they hot. What about them girls? That's a real thing, you
man,
know?
that's passport bros. They like, man, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, huh? Let's get on this plane. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Straight up.
gone, huh? I feel like,
Oh man.
let's go, bro.
Let's see. And daughter took them from men. All right. And the sons of men, kings and princes, who greatly delighted in the beauty of women, took women in those days from the daughters of Tubal. And at the end of 3 years, after the children of Tubal had sworn to the children of Kittim not to give them their daughters for women, about 20 men of the children of Kittim went to take some of the daughters of Tubal, but they found none.
Mm.
For the children of Tubal kept their oath not to intermarry with them, and they would not break their oath.
Remember, these two Gentile nations. So they giving Tubal, giving their women to other nations. But they said, nah, we ain't dealing with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So that go
And
back.
you know what?
So that go back. My bad. I go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, you know what? And then that would just show you, like, honestly, I like you gotta have strong-minded sisters or women in your nation that understand, like, not to mess with these men. You know what I'm
And
saying? I
see,
like
that's
you
what
gotta.
I was going to say. I was just about to go on that wavelength
Mm-hmm.
because a lot
You
of
know.
these nations got strong-willed women and men in their nations. They ain't going out their culture. They ain't going. They looking. They look, but they ain't gonna touch.
Right.
And
Right.
they got
Yeah.
millions of relations behind that too.
We all over the place.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
like me personally, my daughter, being raised up in this truth. And I had to deal with some rebellion. You know what I'm saying? Her messing, trying to talk to another nation. I'm like, yo, I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo,
Well, you know,
this,
I can't speak for everybody, but I've always had a strong connection with mine. I never looked outside. I'm not going to. I don't look for it. It's just in my spiritual realm. I don't know. Everybody's not like that. So you got a billion people out here that just got their own choices. You know.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
But then, oh, my
I,
bad. You got it.
I'm just saying, I ain't got desire for no other nation. So it's real talk.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
So my daughter excuse was when she told me that, well, she said every time like she couldn't find a decent brother, or when she liked the brother, that like that, like they never liked her back. You know what I'm saying? But then what I'm dealing with here is another thing. Like, we talked about our nation and how we fallen off so much. It's like I'm dealing with a lot of running into brothers around here that got a lot of self-hatred. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like these even our sisters with no choice almost. We're not able to build strong sisters of how we act as a people sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's all in the culture and everything, though. I mean, just look at
Yeah.
your average athlete. Once they get money, who they marry.
Right.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly.
They want them license.
So they had to have strong men and strong women. So it got to be that balance there in order to fulfill that. If I say you can't marry that nation, don't marry that nation. Like it has to be a
I mean,
oneness within that culture.
it all goes back when taking the father out the household. It's all a plan. It's all been a plan. Once they take
Right.
that
Right.
father out the household, you got that imbalance in the house. They've been working a number on the children of Israel for a long time, but still, even before that, look what we was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We was reading about what we was doing. Once we see them, that's why that eyesight is a big thing.
This is deep. But Shaq, you was bringing something up.
But yeah, I was listening to y'all, man. I lost my, you know how I go. So good. Listen, all praises. Keep it up. Y'all
Where
going.
we at with it?
Um,
This was the point. This was the point that was gonna be made. Now we're seeing that these are all Gentile nations. Tubal and Kittim are both nations that come from your Yefet, right?
Right.
That put in my mind. Honestly, this is why they came with the color scheme.
Right. Right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that was the point we were getting at. That's why they started putting colors, because we see that you can be from Rome and you can be from Italy, but y'all still two different nations, right? But y'all still come
right,
from your Yefet, right? Just like think of how many nations come from Shem, right? But we still different.
right,
So this is the same thing.
right,
Two Gentile nations that come from your Yefet that you can say you label them as white people, right? Like Big Man was saying, but they still like, man, we different from one another, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now when you see a white man, you just can't say that's Esau, because we see Kittim and Tubal, and they saying we ain't even the same people. So now you can't call every single white man Esau, right? That's showing
right, right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And then we see that they still playing. They still got that playbook with Kamala Harris. That's why she was able to come in and pose as a black woman, because our people don't understand that yet.
Hey,
they don't understand
I'm
that.
not gonna let you get on your arch enemy today, okay?
I gotta get
Let
her.
her make it today. Let her make it.
I gotta get her. You know what I'm saying? but that's a good example that to bring out, because we had the whole world convinced she was a black woman, and our sisters ate it up, and she's not. Like you said, she's come from a different nation, bro.
She a hit tight.
Yeah, straight up.
Hey, she is tight out. She mixed with a lot of nations.
Hit tight.
Oh. So
She
where
mixed
we
with
at with
everything
10?
but Israel.
Right.
Everything but Israel.
Children, we in 10 up.
Where we leave off at? Yeah. See. Just hit it from 9.
Okay.
I think we read 9 though. But
Oh no, I don't think so. And in the days of harvest, the children of Tabal went into their fields to get in their harvest. When the young men of Kedem assembled and went to the city of Sabina, and each man took a young woman from the daughters of Tabal, and they came to their cities.
So they say we getting one of these Tubal women. I don't care what y'all say.
right.
Hey, hold on, and it said the young men and the young women. So these people like the new generation.
New generation, huh?
Yeah.
That's important to bring out. a young woman from the daughters of Tabal, because the older generation already knew what time it was. But it's this younger
Right.
generation that came in and tried to, switch up the game.
Just like
Eh,
now.
Just like now. Just like now. And and the children of Tabal heard of it, and they went to make war with them, and they could not prevail over them.
Mm.
For the mountain was exceedingly high from them. And when they saw they could not prevail over them, they returned to their land.
Say for the mountain was exceedingly high. Remember, they say Rome is built on 7 hills, right?
Right,
Uh,
right. And the revolution of the year, the children of Tabal went and hired about 10,000 men from those cities that were near them. And they went to war with the children of Kittim.
Oh, because they made an oath saying, we're not giving you our women. Even if y'all take them, we want them back. Right?
Right. And the children of Tabal went to war. Wait, so and then it also says that they went to the cities that were near them, right? And they kind
Yeah.
of like allied them. So that means that those women, like those Tabal, you know how they gave out their women? They must have been giving it to them cities that was near. And then, you know what I mean? They like allies now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because again, they still had to hire them. But again, like you say, they was already giving their women to other nations.
Right.
Our people was going to scoop up them from Tubal women too. It's still like
Mm-hmm.
that. So again, but they said to these Romans, kill them. Nah, y'all can't have none. Again,
Mm-hmm.
nations. Every white
Yeah.
man.
So I'm looking at it like that was like a good move that they made the Tabal, because they realized like, oh, we can't beat Kittim. We got these women. Let's give them away. Cause like now gave your woman away. Kind of like became family with these other nations around you. So you know what I mean. So when it's time to go to war, like we basically family. I done gave you my woman. Y'all had kids. You know what I'm saying? Now we can probably beat Kittim now. But let's see what goes on.
Yeah, you about to read it? Go ahead. You on it? Go ahead.
All right. And the children of Tabal went to war with the children of Kittim to destroy their land. Okay, yeah. To destroy their land and to distress them. And in the intent, what did I say? Engagement.
Engagement.
And this disengagement, the children of Tabal prevailed over the children of Kittim.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There you go. And the children of Kittim, seeing that they were greatly distressed, lifted up the children which they had by the daughters of Tabal upon the wall which had been built to be before the eyes of the children of Tabal.
They saying, hey man, you coming to make war with your grandkids. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And the children of Kittim said to them, have you come to make war with your own sons and daughters? Have we not been considered your flesh and bones from that time till now?
From that time since we went to go snatch them young girls up to now, right? We didn't have kids in that time.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And when the children of Tabal heard this, they ceased to make war with the children of Kittim, and they went away. See that?
Mm-hmm. We all white.
We all white. We all
white. And they returned to their cities. And the children of Kittim at that time assembled and built 2 cities by the sea. And they called one Pertu and the other Ariza.
Ariza, right.
Ariza.
We can stop it right there. But we just want to see that again. What I just said at the end. They all Gentiles, right?
Right.
Okay, we have the kids now. You feel me? We all words, we all white. Right.
Hey, friend, be the spirit. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, hey, I'll see what they kind of did there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Uh,
But again, now we seeing that Kid'em and Two Ball are one now, right?
yeah, straight up, Bob.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I'm still reading. Where we at?
Jasher 70. 60, verse 7 through 9. You keep going out.
Remember,
All right,
everybody wanted a woman from Two Ball. Now Two Ball and Kid'em are one, right?
right.
Okay.
And it came to pass in those days, there was in the land of Kittim a man in the city of Pazimina, whose name was Uzu,
Hmm?
and he became degenerately defiled by the children of Kittim. And the man died and had no son, only one daughter, whose name was Janiah. And the damsel was exceedingly beautiful, comely, and intelligent. There was none seen like unto her for beauty and wisdom throughout the land.
Hey, you say this our people writing this? They calling these children of Kid'em extremely beautiful, huh?
Man,
Man,
hey, they even
exceedingly.
slapped him calmly and intelligent.
Right.
Ooh.
She probably was dumb as a
She
doorknob,
probably,
huh?
yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say. She probably stupid. That bad. She beautiful and intelligent. She intelligent.
Right.
Yeah,
That's how
intelligent,
brothers be acting when
intelligent.
they design these women in their heart, huh? And she's smart, huh?
Yeah,
And she's
yeah. And she's
smart.
smart too. She fine and smart. Yeah, she know how
Hey,
to
but
put herself together. That's how smart she is.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she was a daughter of a what? Of a Kittim person or what?
Yep. A Kid'em. From Kid'em.
Okay,
Again, now we're seeing Kid'em and Two Ball, they won. The Two Ball had at this time, quote unquote, the finest women, right?
right.
But we see these two Gentile nations came together.
They're creating something different.
Right.
They created Judea.
And the people, of Angus,
Mhm.
king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angus sent to the children of Kittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a woman. And the people of Kittim,
Hey, hold on. Let's ask the Hamite in the room how that sound when you go to the king and say she fine. And we know how us Israelites gonna go and be like, man, she fine. You should see it. Hey, how y'all do it, Ak Hamite? What y'all go? How y'all do it? I just want to know.
Man, you gonna let them say that about you out?
yeah.
I just want to know. Because if
Man,
I go
tell him,
if I
man,
go to if I go to my
hey,
people,
tell him you ain't no Hamite, huh?
if I go to
Tell
my
him you
people,
ain't no Hamite.
I'm be like, man, it was this fine little white. Now I might call it a H word, you know. It was this fine little white woman. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I just don't know what y'all to say. I just didn't know. I was trying to get. Go ahead, though. If you ain't gonna tell us, go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright. And the people of Angus, king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angus sent to the children of Kittim, and he requested. Wait, hold on, let me see something.
He said, I'm gonna get jiggy with it.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, I went back up. Okay.
Okay, thank you. You heard him, big man.
I'll get
When he
jiggy
going to tell
with
his
it.
Hamite partners about a fine white woman, they want to get jiggy with it. That's what he said. That's what he said.
I was starting from the top. And the people of Angus,
Oh man.
king of Africa, saw her, and they came and praised her unto him. And Angus
What
sent to
they
the
say? What
children
they
of Kittim.
say? What they say, man? She bad. Huh?
Yeah,
They said, I want to
yeah.
get jiggy with her.
You gonna
You
like
should
this one?
see. You should see this one. You might want to
Yeah.
get jiggy with her. You come see her. She's very beautiful.
Okay, let's thank our Hamite out. Appreciate it out.
Thank God. And Angus sent to the children of Kittim, and he requested to take her unto himself for a woman. And the people of Kittim consented to give her unto him for a woman.
You see that out? And that go back to what Big Man was saying when they start putting black against white and all that. This is Angus, king of Africa. You know he blacked in the mud, right?
Yes, sir.
And once it goes straight, take a straight Gentile woman from Kittim, right?
Yes, sir.
Every nation get this, huh? That's why the Most High told you, don't walk in the ways of the nations. Right?
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Hey, Joshua 18. 61 and 18. 18 and 22. I'll keep moving. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm there. Okay. At that time, Janiah.
Yeah, stop trying to give an Israelite name.
Jania? Oh, you're right. I was about to say that. That's funny you said. I was about to say, hey, she got like a little Israelite name to it.
Yeah, look at it. That's how he do, huh? That's how he do.
That's how he do, huh? That's how he do.
She might be Israel.
Yeah, he trying to make everybody Israel, like everybody. We know. We got
him on the chart too. He just marked him down on the chart too. Israelite too.
Mark him down on the chart too. Hey, so who we got on the chart now? We got two ball on the chart and Jania from Kittim on the chart now. Okay.
So she is Zebulon. Y'all, you know what? Y'all let me read, man. We trying to get out of here. At that time, Jania, the daughter of Uzu, woman of King Angus, became ill, and her illness was heavily felt by Angus and his officers. And Angus said unto his wise men, what shall I do to Jania? What's how you say Jania?
Yeah, right.
Jania. And how shall I heal her from her illness? And his wise men said unto him, because of the air of our country is not like the air of the land of Kittim, and our water is not like their water. Therefore, from this has the queen become ill. Oh, that's cold, huh?
Look at that.
Damn, hold on, time out. Let me speak.
Go ahead, huh?
Okay.
Is this why Gentiles can eat like medium rare burgers and Israelites gotta cook their joint all the way? Cause they still got different stomachs, man.
Different styles, you know. Even them Israelites. Not them Israelites. The Gentiles over there in the land. They was catching cancer because of the weather. Skin cancer.
Mm-hmm. That's skin cancer. Straight up.
Let you know that they don't belong over there.
Right.
That's a good one. That's a good example right there.
Right. So now we saying again, like you say, she can't take the air quality in Africa, nor can she deal with the water in Africa, right? Come on.
Yo, that's crazy, man. It's right here, huh? Jasper 60. Let me get a screenshot of this. Cause I that was a good example, lot. We gotta pull this out when we dealing with those people, cause it's like y'all catching the skin cancer and all that. Y'all not supposed to be here. That's
our country
crazy.
ain't like our country. Yeah, that's why we, out here. That's why we get out here, like where we at now. We throw on like 50 layers of clothes.
Right.
I'm driving one day in the winter, man. This white dude running with shorts and no shirt on. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, man. We different.
They used to that. Now you start to see, and think about they winners out. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
From becoming an albino to becoming all the way lacking pigmentation, right? Like a Gentile.
Yeah.
They don't get as much sun, right? They can't take as
Right.
much sun, right? You
Like
know?
at night, they probably be having like the fans on. You know what I'm saying? Window open. It be cold outside, window wide open. They like it feel good.
Yeah. Oh man, AI. That's cold, man. Right here. But yeah, that's crazy, man. Right here. It's a good one. Not. What we at? 19.
19, yeah.
For through the change of air and water, she became ill.
Look at that. Y'all
And
was just
also,
talking about that. Y'all was just talking about basically the weather through the change of the water. That sounds like it could be skin cancer, right? You feel me? Dude, it got too hot out there for her. You feel me?
yeah.
She started drinking more water, and that made her sicker because she couldn't handle the water. You feel me?
Oh man.
Different when you getting water from them Caucasian mountains. You know what I'm talking about? Then when you start getting water that's flowing from different type of rivers, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got Steven in here. I don't know if you feel like talking, but I deal with the with the fishes. And like he said, like some fishes gotta be in certain type of tanks. You know what I'm saying? The Most High made us the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the reason why he departed the land. Certain people made for this land, certain people made for that land. Certain fish is made for this water, and certain fish is made for that water. You got freshwater fish and you got saltwater fish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And that especially goes like sharks too. When you bring up fish, because I think like the only type of shark that can survive in like salt water is like bull sharks or something like that. You feel me? Other than that, they need to be,
This is dope, Bob. This is dope. For through the change of air and water, she became ill. And also because in her country, she drank only the water which came from Perma. With
right?
her, and this is big right here. This is big right here. Which her ancestors have brought up with bridges. So like you gotta go according to your ancestors. How did your ancestors eat? What did they do? That's why we gotta know where we come from. How did they keep their body strong? How did they live so long? We lost that knowledge, huh? And
Right.
maybe that's why
Yeah.
we over here dying of all these illness and sicknesses, man.
Right.
Mm. And it's like and they say what your ancestors brought up with bridges, right? So they made bridges to filter the water from Perma.
Exactly.
So she used to a different type of water than what she was given in Africa.
Yo, so this is crazy, bro. All right, where we going? Up to what?
22, all right.
All right. And Angus commanded his servants, and they brought unto him in vessels of water of Perma belonging to Kittim.
Mm-hmm.
And they weighed those waters. Go ahead,
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
And they weighed those waters with all the waters of the land of Africa, and they found those waters lighter. Oh my goodness,
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I know they always been drinking no muddy water.
All right, it ain't just not even just muddy. It's just full of more minerals that the body can't take, right?
Okay, I'm thinking about like them commercials, bro. You know
Don't think about the commercials. Think about how much
They lied to you about Africa.
Yeah, they lied to you.
Okay.
Her water lighter because again, it's coming from basically mountains. You feel me?
Okay.
African water, they getting it from like rivers and stuff. So it got different minerals, stronger minerals, heavier minerals in it. Heavy iron and stuff like that she ain't used to.
Saying you saw that access of minerals then.
Yeah, we talking about like minerals that she not used to in her country. That water is, giving her. Her body ain't used to that.
Okay. And they weighed those waters with the waters of the land of Africa. And they found those waters lighter than the waters of Africa.
Like, put her in the freezer for a while. She'll be all right.
And Angus saw this thing, and he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers of stone in thousands and 10,000s, and they hewed stone without number. And the builders came, and they built an exceedingly strong bridge, and they conveyed the spring of water from the land of Kittim unto Africa. That he said he wasn't going to let her go.
That's what I'm saying. That's the thing. Think about what they'll do for these Gentile women, right? That nigga built a bridge way from her land of Kittim all the way into Africa to spring the waters through. Come on, man.
And just for this, you know what I mean? Just for one chick, yo.
Look, he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers of the stone in thousands and in tens of thousands.
That's a lot of builders.
That's a lot of builders that he had to pay
to
make sure this woman is straight.
Right.
When he could have just sent her back to her homeland. Right. I come visit.
That kind of make you wonder too. You know, I don't know if it's on topic, but you said there was a discussion. So that do kind of make you wonder, like how you know how you got the poor, like you know, be like for example, we struggling in America. They telling us we going through inflation and all that, but then when they got money for Ukraine, y'all sending out millions and billions of water money for them. You know when it suits you. So I wonder, like in this land of Africa, they have a so-called poor class, but then you got this sick one woman here. And you just building all the mountains, the rocks, and you filtering the water, you know, from the Kittim to Africa. You know, it kind of make you wonder, like, you know, how these people be playing with the power, but, you know, make you wonder, man. So you might have poor people looking at them building this bridge just to filter out the water. They like, yo, my pocket's touching. I'm hungry. But you never know.
And then it goes to show you that darker nations don't go all out for their darker women. But if it's a lighter skinned woman, you going all out, right? If it's a darker woman, you be like, I'm in the land of Africa full of dark women. I'll just go get another one, right? If she's sick. But it's this Gentile woman that's exceedingly beautiful. You can build a strong bridge, right? A strong, exceedingly strong bridge. Way from her land all the way to Africa to get the water down there. Come on, man.
Yeah, he went above and beyond for the Gentile. I see exactly what that
what Big Man was saying earlier. You feel me? It's a cunning plot, man. It's a cunning plot out here.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Is it the command? Go ahead.
And Angus saw this thing, and he commanded all his officers to assemble the hewers.
We're gonna get through it, y'all.
Yeah, I was just thinking. Right. I agree.
My bad, man. They came in here making noise. And assembled the hewers of stone.
7 more scripts left.
Oh, my bad. You know, they came in here making noise. Assembled the hewers of stone in thousands and tens of thousands, and they hewed stone without number. And the builders came, and they built an exceedingly strong bridge. And they convoyed the spring of water. They said,
they conveyed.
My bad. And they conveyed the spring of water from the land of Kittim unto Africa. And those waters were for Janiah, the queen. Leave me alone now. The queen, and for all her concerns to drink from and to bake, wash, and bathe therewith, and also to water therewith all seed from which food, man, can be obtained, and all fruit of the ground. Let me screenshot that up. That's deep.
Write it down, like write it down.
That's deep. I'm screenshotting that. That goes, man. Go ahead. It's 22. And the king commanded that they should bring of the soil of Kittim in large ships. And they also brought stones to build therewith, and the builders built palaces for Janiah, the queen, and the queen became healed of her illness.
Hmm.
That's deep. That's
Supposed to go all out and beyond, right?
Yeah. Okay. You ready, man?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Joshua 91 through 13.
At that time, in the 5th year, after the children of Israel had passed over the Jordan, after the children of Israel had rested from their war with the Canaanites, at the time great and severe battles arose between Edom and the children of Kittim, and the children of Kittim fought against Edom.
Hmm.
And Abinus, king of Kittim, went forth in that year, that is the 31st year of his reign, and a great force with him of the mighty men of the children of Kittim, and he went to Syria to fight against the children of Esau.
You see that? It's not even called Edom. I guess it's called Edom, but he's still calling the children of Esau. They not basically Edomites yet at this time, because they went to inherit the land of Edom, right? So now we're seeing
That's Seir. They want to Seir.
right,
Mount Seir.
right again. But again, Esau didn't have this land yet of Edom. Basically, what we're saying. Go ahead.
And Hadad, the king of Edom, heard of his report, and he went forth to meet him with a heavy people and strong force, and engaged in battle with him in the field of Edom. And the hand of Kittim prevailed over the children of Esau, and the children of Kittim slew the children of Esau, 22,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled from before them. And the children of Kittim pursued them, and they reached Hadad, king of Edom, who was running before them, and they caught him alive, and brought him to Abinus, king of Kittim. And Abinus ordered him to be slain, and Hadad, king of Edom, died in the 48th year of his reign. And the children of Kittim continued their pursuit of Edom, and they smote them with great slaughter, and Edom became subject to the children of Kittim. And the children of Kittim ruled over Edom, and Edom became under the hand of the children of Kittim, and became one kingdom from that day. And from that,
See that?
yeah,
They became one kingdom from that day.
Right.
Edom and who? Edom and who?
Romans.
Kittim, Romans.
Rome.
Romans and the Edomites.
Right.
And let's
That's
just
why
point
you
out
said
that I guess that in Abinus, I guess that's where that all that us became and started coming to play too.
Mm.
And you think about King
Right.
Herod was an Edomite too. He was
Right.
a Roman, right?
yeah.
So again, and then if you read Joshua a little before, Esau has said that they'll never have
A king from their own nation.
There you go. Esau said he'll never have a king of his own nation rule over him. It's always going to be a foreign nation ruling over him, right? So now we're seeing Kittim and Esau is one at this point. But now we see the mix between Kittim and Tubal all the way down to Edom. But again, go ahead, Al.
I was gonna say, and that's the way that Edom, Esau hide himself among the people. You know how I say he hid himself among the people, and they don't want no king over him.
Right.
You never see them ruling. They probably got somebody else in that place. You know what I'm saying? Doing their work for them.
Right. So and now we see how Esau became to look how he looks now, right? Because he became one with the children of Kittim. So it wasn't necessarily when he was born he looked the way he looked, like a straight Gentile, but he became one with the children of Kittim, and now we see why he looks like he looks now, right?
Yeah, that actually makes sense too. We had 9, and from that time they could no more lift up their heads, and their kingdom became one with the children of Kittim. And Abinus placed officers in Edom, and all the children of Edom became subject and tributary to Abinus. And Abinus turned back to his own land, Kittim.
Right. So he said, I'm going back. We won with y'all. I'm about to place people in this land, right? Because once you take over a country, you basically, just like Sennacherib did when he took out the first 10 tribes. He took out the 10 tribes, and then he put his people in the land. And that's where you get the Samaritans, right? So he's doing the same thing. He making sure people is in the land of Edom, Kittimites, right? Or Romans, or in Edom. Because they got to pay tribute. Who they going to pay it to? The people that's in the land, that the officers that he left, right? And again, they continually mixed with these people, and they became one kingdom with them. So it's, again, we still can't attribute every Gentile as Esau, right?
Right.
All right, we had 11. And when he returned, he renewed his government and built for himself a spacious and fortified palace for a royal residence, and reigned securely over the children of Kittim and over Edom.
That's two different lands, right? He reigned securely over the children of Kittim and Rome, and over there in Edom. Come on.
In those days, after the children of Israel had driven away all the Canaanians and the Amorians, Yeshua was old and advanced in years. And Yahuwah said to Yeshua, you are old, advanced in life, and a great part of the land remains to be possessed.
So now we getting back to our people. We just wanted to get some background, a little mixing, how Esau came about. Because Esau first started mixing with them Hittites, right? And then we see that Esau eventually became one. So, if Esau is the ending of this world and Jacob is the beginning, is it again a command where the Most High say don't intermarry with these nations, right? So we see Esau dealing to the fullest.
And it came to be a long time after Yahuwah had given rest to Israel from all their enemies round about, that Yahoshua was old, advanced in years. And Yahoshua called to all Israel, and for their elders, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and said to them, I am old, advanced in years, and you have seen all that Yahuwah your Elohim have done to all the nations because of you. For Yahuwah your Elohim is he who was fighting for you.
So it look at that. They say the Most High cleared out all these nations because of you, right? Because of you. Go ahead, Art. Jump down.
Going 6 to 13.
6. 13.
Yeah, 6 to 13.
Okay, yeah, okay. And you shall be very strong to God and to do all that is written in the book of the Torah of Moshe, so as not to turn aside from it right or left, so as not to go in among these nations, these who remain among you, and make no of the name of their mighty ones, nor swear by them, nor serve them, nor bow down to them, but cling to Yahuwah your Elohim, as you have done to this day. For Yahuwah has driven out from before you great and strong nations. As for you, no one has stood against you to this day.
All right.
You put 1,000 to flight. For Yahuwah your Elohim is he who is fighting for you, as as he has promised you, and you shall diligently guard yourself to love Yahuwah your Elohim. But if you do turn back at all and cling to the remnants of those nations, these that remain amongst you, and intermarry with them and go into them, and they like to you, know for certain that Yahuwah your Elohim shall no longer drive these nations out from before you, and they shall be a snare and traps to you, and a whip on your side and thorns in your eyes, until you perish from this good land which Yahuwah your Elohim has given you.
Mm. They're gonna be a whip
Lord,
on your side and thorns in your eyes.
Yo, cause like we just read in that how Kittim and what's that Tabal, when they became one, they was about to go to war with them. Then they're like, yo, like you gonna fight against your own grandkids? Cause basically he's saying like once you intermarry with them, like y'all, that's like they're always gonna be
Been
around.
one.
You get what I'm saying?
Been one. Yeah, it's been one.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're gonna be a thorn in your side.
Right. A whip on your sides and thorns in your eyes.
Right.
Right. Until you perish from the good land. Are we in our land? We can go to any people land. We can go to China right now. We're gonna see the Chinese, right? We go Indian, we can see the Indians, right? We can go to Gentile land, we see all Gentiles, right? Or Rome, like we were saying, right? But where you gonna go to see Israel?
You can go everywhere.
You're gonna go everywhere. You ain't gonna go to Israel, but you ain't gonna go to Israel and see Israel.
Right, right.
Because what happened? You got driven out because the snares and traps that to you. Because you start mixing with these nations. You start mixing with these nations. The Most High said, don't intermarry with them and do not go into them. Right? So that means even have sexual intercourse with them, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay. Judges 3, 1 through 6. You keep going, man.
And these are the nations which Yahuwah left to try Israel by them. All had not known all the battles in Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them battle, only those who before did not know them.
Look at that. So it say Most High already knew, right? And it's saying these nations which Yahuwah left to try Israel by them. The Most High left the remnant of these nations in the land to try Israel to see if they was going to intermarry or go into them.
Five princes of the Philistines and all the Canaanites and the Thessalonians and the who dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon to the entrance of Hamath. And they were to try Israel by them, to know whether they would obey the commands of Yahudah, which he had commanded their fathers by the hand of Moshe. Thus
like it looked like a command right there, because it say, and they were to try Israel by them. The Most High left these other nations to try you, to see if you would go into them and forsake him, right? Or you gonna keep it and walk according to his ways? Because we see the Most High said, don't go and intermarry with them, because they're gonna make you go astray from me.
We have 5. Thus the children of Israel dwelt in the midst of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, and took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and they served their mighty ones.
Look at that. Look at that. The Most High left these people in the land to try you, and guess what? You failed the test. Only person that we can ever think of that really passed the test was Abraham. The Most High said, go put your son on this stake to try him, right? And he passed the test. Everything else we see in this script is straight failed. F, 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 F. That's only giving us remembrance and confidence that we need to do better and get A accomplished, right? Because we see our ancestors was getting straight F's, man, when they was tried.
Okay.
Hey, I want to bring up a good point too. So it says like when they, the Most High left them there to try them, and then when they went and did it anyway, it's not a surprise that they ended up serving the mighty ones of the other nations, because clearly, they wasn't trying to serve the Most High. Kind of like how brothers, when they in this truth and they don't want to follow, how we talked about how some people fall out the faith because they don't want to follow the commandments, but then they'll go into a different type of religion that will okay with the deeds that they want to do that the Most High might say not to do. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, I know what you're saying.
Okay. 1 Kings 11. I got this, man. And Sovereign Solomon loved many foreign women, in addition to the daughter of Pharaoh, Moabite, Ammonite, Edomite, Sidonian, and Hittite women.
Remember that
from the
Edomite?
nation.
I remember that Edomite got all the way mixed with the Kittim and Tubal, right? So he said he gonna get him a good looking one, a Zidonian, you feel me, and a Hittite. Y'all already seen the example of that Hittite woman, right?
From the nations of whom Yahuwah has said to the children of Israel, you do not go in to them, and they do not go into you, for they shall certainly turn away your hearts after their mighty one. Solomon clung to these in love. He
See
loved
that?
them women.
Right. And it say you do not go into them. That's for the man right there, right? And they do not go into you. That's for the female, right? This command is not just for males, this command is for the females too. You do not go into them and they do not go into you, right?
And he had 700 wives, princes, and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart.
What his wives do?
Turned away his heart.
The concubines couldn't do it, but the wives did it for sure.
And it came to be, Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other mighty ones. And his heart was not perfect with Yahuwah, his Elohim, and was the heart of his, as was the heart of his father David. And Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the mighty one of the Thessalonians, and after Micam, the abomination of the Amorites. Thus Solomon did evil in the eyes of Yahuwah, and did not follow Yahuwah completely, like his father David. Then Solomon built a high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, on the hill that is east of Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon. And so he did all his foreign wives, and so he did for all his foreign wives who burned incense and slaughtered to their mighty one. Therefore, Yahuwah was enraged with Solomon, because his heart had turned away from Yahuwah. Elohim of Israel had appeared to him twice.
Wow.
Who had appeared to him twice?
Look at that. Look at that. So now we seeing why the Most High say don't intermarry with them. Because even if I appear to you, these foreign women will still have you turn away from me. I appeared to you twice. Twice. And these foreign women still had you turn your heart from me? Is it a command?
Yeah.
Or is it really just a firm warning? Is it a command or is it really a firm warning? Because we go back and it never said, thus said the Most High, do not intermarry with these women. It said that when you go into the land, don't intermarry with these women. right?
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to look more like a firm command, a firm warning, because what will happen if you do intermarry with them?
They're gonna turn you away from the Most High.
They're going to turn you from the Most High, because the Most High appeared to Solomon twice, and these women still turn, these foreign women to be exact, turned his heart from the Most High.
It make you wonder, would the Most High be okay if the woman was to you know, like a lot of times they take them women and then they still serving their gods, you know, and then they still won't turn from it. You know, you wonder would he be okay with one as long as the woman served the Most High? It
Hmm.
make you wonder.
I think we might get to a little bit of that later to see.
Okay.
It's a commandment
But
on farm. Go ahead.
But it's still a thing of the 12 gates for the 12 tribes and the outside for the Gentiles. I'm gonna stand on that part
That's you can
because
stand on that hard, but that's still not making it command. It's still looking more like a
right.
first warning. Because again, we read Deuteronomy 7, it then said, "Thus said the Most High, do not intermarry with these other nations." Moshe
Right.
Moshe told y'all when y'all go in, don't intermarry with these other nations, because we know what'll happen if you do. And that's what we've been reading right now. What happened if you start dealing with these other nations and going into them and giving your sons and daughters to them? They make you turn your heart from the Most High, right? That's what we're seeing. But the Most High give man free will. The Most High give man free will. It's just like Big Man. I agree with Big Man. It's not a suggestion, but it's more like a firm warning. Like, hey, watch yourself if you do go into these other nations. Straight up. Because even if I appear to you twice and you go into these other nations, they'll turn your heart from me. But you got free will, though.
Therefore, Yahuwah was enraged with Solomon because his heart had turned away from Yahuwah, Elohim of Israel, who had appeared to him twice and had commanded him concerning this word, not to go after other mighty ones. He did not guard what Yahuwah commanded.
So that might have been a situational command of Shelaman, because he knew that Shelaman couldn't handle himself with women. Look how many women he had. Who needs 700 wives and 300 concubines? Right. You feel me? You can't control yourself. So I'll give you a separate command not to deal with these foreign women. Right? You say what, big man?
Taking that she legit.
You taking that she legit?
Yeah. Hey, he had all the she legit, huh?
Let's not get y'all male mom polluted. Let's keep him on top.
Yeah. Top shelf. You know what I'm saying?
Look at hey, y'all male about to take a trip to the Himalayas next summer. You know what I'm saying? I need that good she legit, none of that box stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They call me Smoochy Yacht. Yeah.
Smoochy Yacht, yeah. Hey, he gonna have his Smoochy Yacht shirt on and everything.
Yeah. Had to pick up. It was his name, sir? Smoochy in the flesh. You like in the flesh.
The flesh. Okay, where we at with him?
Leviticus 18 and 21.
Okay.
This is one of the Most High commanded. And do not give any of your offspring who pass through Molech. And do not profane the name of Yahuwah, your Elohim. I am Yahuwah.
Okay, he said, don't give your offspring to pass through to Molech, and do not profane the name of the Most High Yah. Okay. Why did we read that? I know y'all like, why did we read that? What does that have to do with the topic at hand, right?
Right. Hey, I was thinking that up.
I know you was. Hey, before we get at the topic at hand, can we say loud one time, please? Our prayers.
Say loud, it's getting good.
So again, I know the question was, like you said, why are you reading this talking about and give your offspring to pass through to Molech. Let's keep reading. Understanding that.
Right. You ready, Yamel, or you want me to keep going for a minute?
No, I got it up. Where we at? 1 through what?
6.
All right. And Yahuwah spoke to Moshe, saying, say to the children of Israel, any man of the children of Israel or of the strangers who sojourn in Israel, who gives any of his offspring to Molech, shall certainly be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones.
And look at that. You see the difference what we read earlier when we was reading in that Deuteronomy when it said, and when you enter into the land, and start talking about the people, this one clearly says, and Yahuwah spoke to Moshe saying, right? So this is a command from the Most High. When we was talking about don't intermarry, it didn't say, and Yahuwah said to Moshe, don't intermarry with them. It's more like a firm warning because of what the people, when you do with the people, as we got through history, because that's what we've been reading before. In history, it's sin. From Moab, before you entered into the land, all the way into now, these people will have you going straight from the Most High. Go ahead. We'll
right.
get into
because he said any man of the children of Israel or the stranger who sojourn with Israel. Yeah.
Right.
And I shall set my face against that man, and shall cut him off from the midst of his people, because he hath given his offspring to Molech, so as to defile my set apart place, and to profane my set apart name.
Right. So this is what you can't do. You giving your offspring to Molech. Right? That's why we read, and if you do that, you're going to be profaning the name of the Most High. But keep reading, we'll get some more detail on what it means, or an example of giving your offspring to Molech. Go ahead, Ak.
And if the people of the land at all hide their eyes from the man, as he gives any of his offspring to Molech, and they do not kill him, then I shall set my face against that man and against his clan,
against his family,
and shall cut him off. And all who go a whoring after him, even go whoring after Molech from their midst of their people, and the being who turns to mediums.
And we stopping at 5, right? After him, even go whoring after Molech from the midst of their people. So what is an example of going whoring after Molech or giving your child over to Molech, right? Let's jump to that Jubilees out now. That Jubilees 30.
You don't want to hit that 6?
No, sir. I put 6?
Yeah.
Hey, fix that, big man, 1 through 5.
Jubilees 30, 7 through 15. Yeah, man.
All right. And if there is any man who wishes in Israel to give his daughter or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the other nations, he shall surely die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talk about your daughter too. So basically, when you saying, "Oh yeah, my daughter was dealing with another nation," if you would have accepted that, right? It's basically saying you accepted that, right?
Yeah, I was about to read it again. So when I get quiet, like I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? With all praises, like you said. Let's take it back up. And there is any man who wishes. Right, like you want to do this, just like we read with the Tubal, like they gave their daughters to the other people. You know what I'm saying? But they just ain't giving it to the kid.
And think about it in these days, like you'll have a a young Israelite go get with an old Gentile, you know what I'm saying, for his money, but the daddy accept that because he got money. You like,
Right.
okay, it's good.
And one more example too, like we just talked about with the Kittim and how Tabal was giving them out. Like Israel ain't supposed to get down like that. We ain't supposed to be like get Israelite women for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right, Doc. Right, for sure.
It was like Judah. Remember they dressed that girl up and all that apparel because she was the daughter of a king.
We gotta go reread that one out.
Yeah, we gotta go reread that out. That'll be a good one to
Yeah,
bring out.
the Testament of Judah. Yeah. The wine and
Oh, you talking about?
people
Oh,
had
you
them.
talk. The dad was. You know what I mean? Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
story.
yeah. The dad was the king. Yeah. He dressed her up in all type of nice things. You know,
Right,
she
and
had a
brung out some
lot going
beautiful
for
women.
her.
Yeah, brung out
Yeah,
beautiful women. Okay, and brung that
and he
money
brought out
out too.
all. Yeah, yeah. I remember that. Yeah, it was like, man, she got money.
Right, Doc.
Where we at with it?
Started at 7 again. Doc.
7, yes, sir. From the top, let's get it. And if there's any man who wishes in Israel to give his daughter or his sister to any man who is of the seed of the other nations, he shall surely die, and they shall stone him with stones. For he has wrought shame in Israel, and they shall burn the women with fire, because she had. Go ahead up.
Go ahead.
And they shall burn the women with fire. So wait, I was just talk about this later. Somebody said, and he shall surely die, and they shall stone him with stones. Right? So they're gonna stone the dude. He gonna get stoned, for he has brought shame to Israel, and they shall burn the women with fire. Like it's, when I look at this up, and I'll be like, all right, they stoned the dude, but why they burn the woman? You feel me? And what comes? I'm gonna say what comes to my mind. It's like I said, you are what your father is. So when a woman lay with another man, you are taking on that man's lineage, his seed. That's how I look at it.
Right, and that's a good point to look at it, because once you burn it with fire, you can't bury ashes. Think about when somebody, cremate somebody and they got the ashes, they keep it on their wall, they go put it in the ocean, some stuff like that. You burn it with fire, once she consumes, she ain't gonna be nothing but ashes. Right? So you leave when you burn it with fire, you're leaving no remembrance of that woman.
That's
right?
it. That's it. Cause you sitting there trying to take on a whole other man lineage, man.
Right. So you leaving no remembrance of this woman at all.
That's right. That's right. Because she has dishonored the name of the house of her father. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
You dishonored you're not keeping me going. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, for our sisters, if they say we are less of a people, then we should deal with each other. When you start doing other nations, all you're doing is help get rid of your people. You're not increasing your lineage. You're not increasing your race, bro. Just like when people go to war, what, they kill the man and they keep the women to keep their race going, to keep their lineage. That's a big thing. That's a big deal, man. Because she has dishonored the name of the house of her father, and she shall be rooted out of Israel. You know what? Yes, I give it to my daughter straight like that. You know what I mean? I'll tell her straight up, man. I'll be firm with her. I don't play no games. Just like that. We gotta keep our race going, man. Why would you stop that? All right, where we at? 8. And let not an adulteress and no uncleanness be found in Israel throughout all the days of the generation of the earth. For Israel is holy unto Yahuwah, and every man who has defiled it shall surely die.
Whoever man has defiled the holiness of Yashrael shall surely die. Go ahead up.
They shall stone. What we at?
Verse
Not
9.
9, right?
Yeah.
They shall stone him with stones, for thus has it been ordained and written in the heavenly tablets regarding all the seed of Israel. He who defiles it shall surely die, and he shall be stoned with stones.
Right.
So let me get this.
All the way to 15.
Okay, my bad. I was trying to screenshot. And to this Torah, there is no limit of days, and no remission, nor any atonement. But the man who has defiled, all right, but the man who has defiled his daughter shall be rooted out in the midst of Israel, because he has given of his seed to Molech. Oh,
That's why we read that. That's why we read that then, right?
yeah.
Once you give your seed over to another nation, you basically give your seed over to Molech, because another nation gonna make your seed start worshiping another mighty one, right?
That's cold. That's cold. We already said that the things that the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils.
Man. So that's why I say, do not give any of your offspring to pass through the Molech. When you give your daughter to another nation, you making her pass through the Molech. That's just what we read. I'm not making
cold.
this up.
That's cold. That's cold.
And it says no limit of days for this Torah. So now we're seeing a difference between us being grown and intermarrying with another nation, and us being adults and having kids and giving our daughter to another nation, right? It's a difference in that. Because once you give your daughter to another nation and make that acceptable, you're making her passed over through Molech. That's what we read.
That's cold, man. Wow. And wrought and piously, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wrought and piously, so as to defile it. And do you, Moshe, Israel, and exhort them not to give their daughters to the other nations, and not to take for their sons any of the daughters to the other nations? For this is abominable before Yahoo.
Man, we reading this though, right?
Man, we reading it out.
It's just a discussion now. So is it a command or is it just a firm warning?
So that means your sons too, though, right?
That
so if you give your son to another nation, a woman, that's like giving your son to Molech too?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For this reason,
they're gonna make them turn from the Most High. Don't make them turn.
Right. For this reason, I have written for you in the words of the Torah all the deeds of the Shekinah.
I think we're supposed to stop at 11, right?
Okay.
Jubilees 37 to 15. What I got.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead then. My bad.
All right. For this reason, I have written for you in the words of the Torah all the deeds of the Shekinah, which they wrought, Shechem, which they wrought against Diana, and how the sons of Jacob spoke, saying, we will not give our daughter to a man who is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. And it is a reproach to Israel, to those who live, and to those that take the daughters of the other nations.
Shame,
for this is
It's shame. Think about how brothers used to be when they first started taking daughters of other nations. Think about how brothers used to be back in the day. And I know Big Ock and Big Man can attest to this. When I used to see other brothers walking with a Gentile woman, they ain't have their head up high like they was walking with an Israelite woman, because they know they bringing reproach. You know, it's like especially when you was in captivity, it's like, oh, you messing with the oppressor. But some Israelites that don't know nothing, they like, this is a treasure. I got me a Gentile woman. Like they did something big and mighty. Think about how you have been deceived in this world to make you want. That's why I go back to the commercials that we were speaking about earlier. These commercials deceiving you to make you want another nation, a woman or man, right? And forget about your nation and think you proud and mighty when you have accomplished this deed of having a different nation, woman or man, right? But now we're reading the scripture and we saying this is opposite. Everything that you see in this world is opposite what the Most High wants. Straight up.
Even when they had that little study, how they showed the little Barbie dolls, they said pick the right, the good one. They always pick the white doll.
Come on.
You know.
This thing deep, bro. This thing deep, man.
Remember, back in the day, people used to like them little skinny girls because they put the skinny girls on the screens, and then they start putting the curvy girls. Now everybody want to get a curve now. You know what I'm saying?
And now, even if you want an Israelite woman, you want her to be light skinned these days. You know, these days everybody want a light skinned woman. That's what they promote.
We will not give our daughters to a man who is uncircumcised, for that were a reproach unto us. And it is a reproach to Israel, to those who live, and to those that take the daughters of the other nations, for this is unclean and abominable to Israel. See that? It's unclean and abominable. Like you said, we was raised to think that was cool to have a woman from different nations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It said that's not cool. It's talking about the men, not the women. It said the men.
Right. It says it's unclean and abominable. Wow.
Yeah. And Israel will not be free from this uncleanness if it has a woman of the daughter of the other nation,
right,
or has given any of his daughters to a man who is of any of the other nations.
So think about it earlier. Tubal was quick to give their daughters the finest women to other nations. This ain't what we supposed to do. Tubal, a Gentile nation, can do that all day, but that ain't what we supposed to be doing.
For there will be a plague upon plague, a curse upon curse. And every judgment and plague and curse will come if he do this thing, or hide his eyes from those who commit uncleanness, or those who defile the sanctuary of Yahuwah, or those who profane his holy name. Then will the whole nation together be judged for all the uncleanness and profaneness of this man.
It's another reason why the nation being judged, the whole nation of Israel. Don't nobody reprove a man for giving his daughter up to another nation, right? So once the nation of Israel do that, say the whole nation gonna be full of uncleanness, right?
Okay.
Whole nation gonna have a plague on them. Whole nation gonna have a curse on them. Because you let it be. That's why we asked earlier, should we just let it go since everybody already mixed now? You feel me? Or should we still be like, you ain't supposed to be giving your daughter, especially when we talking about giving your daughter or son up to another nation. Cause we just see
No,
what that is.
I say don't let it go. Like I like the words say, bro. Like we discontinue from our heritage. We lost, but the Most High said in the last days, He gonna wake us up and bring us back to this knowledge. So once we learn, I feel like you know better, do better, because we already see the destruction of it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we should keep it going. We should do our best to clean it up. Like I said, I'm teaching my kids to deal with their own. But had I not had this knowledge, and I got a son, you know what I'm saying? I would have been telling my son, like, yeah, man, if I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, you know what I mean? I'd probably tell him deal with another nation. I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yeah, she a bad one. You know what I mean? But me having this knowledge, it's a little different now.
It's all the way different now.
Yeah,
Right. And
straight
then
up.
like
This
some
is
people
keeping it
get
real.
some people might get offended because of this. But like you gotta remember what the Mashiach said when he said, some heard the word on this ground and that ground. But then when it was persecution of the word come, they fell away. You gotta stand 10 toes down, and just because you hear something you don't agree with.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Numbers 12:1. Now Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moshe because of because of the Cushite woman whom he had taken, for he had taken Cushite woman.
Oh, so again, when we go back to that Deuteronomy and we read it, it said when you go inhabit the land, I'll read it verbatim. It says, when Yahuwah your Elohim brings you into the land which you go possess. And then he started telling you, don't intermarry with these other nations. So now we're seeing this as a firm warning not to intermarry with other nations. But we just seen that Moshe dealt with a Cushite. All we know when we read Exodus that he dealt with a Midian woman. We never know about this Cushite woman, right? So how can Moshe himself say, hey, don't deal with other nations, but he dealt with a Cushite? Let's read it then.
All right, Joshua 72. Ready, man? You want me to go? I can go.
Huh?
Go ahead.
You ready? I'm gonna go. At that
Got it.
time, yeah, I got it. At that time that the war and the siege were against Cush, Moshe fled from Mizraim from Pharaoh, who sought to kill him for having slain the Mizraim. And Moshe was 18 years old when he fled from Mizraim, from the presence of Pharaoh. And he fled and escaped to the camp of Kikanias, which at that time was besieging Cush. And Moshe was 9 years in the camp of Kikanias, king of Cush. All the time that they were besieging Cush, and Moshe went out and came in with them. And the king and princes and all the fighting men loved Moshe, for he was great and worthy. His stature was like a noble lion, his face like the sun, and his strength was like that of a lion. And he was counselor to the king.
Okay.
You see that commonly among Israelites, right? And at that time, and at the end of 9 years, Kikanias was seized with a mortal disease, and his illness prevailed over him, and he died on the seventh day. So his servants embalmed him and carried him.
Jump down now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, you gotta tell me to do that. 29
It said
and
29
30.
30.
Now, after the death of Kikanias, king of Cush, it grieved his men and troops greatly on account of the war. So they said one to the other, give us counsel what we are to do at this time, as we have resided in the wilderness 9 years away from our home.
And we know who was counselor to the king, right? Moshe. Go ahead, jump down, not 34 to
34.
36.
And they wished to choose on that day a man for king from the army of Kikaneus. They found no object of their choice like Moshe to reign over them. They hastened and stripped off each man his garment and cast them upon the ground. And they made a great heap and placed Moshe thereupon. And they ran up,
Rose up.
and they rose up and blew with trumpets and called out before him and said, May the king live, may the king live. And all the people and nobles swore unto him to give him for a woman Odaniah, the queen, the Cushite woman of Kikaneus. And they made Moshe king over them on that day. Now, this is something you don't read about in the script, right?
Right, right. And this is something that we should have in the script because we read in Numbers 1 where it said Miriam and Aaron got mad at Moshe over the Cushite woman. But we never read in the script about the Cushite woman. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So now we're reading about this Cushite woman that Moshe, that the people gave Moshe. And then if we peep, look at her name. Look at her name if we really peep it.
Right. She got a Hebrew name, right? Got Yahoo on it.
Oh man. Come on. And Cush is what? Modern day Ethiopia. Right?
Right.
In modern day Ethiopia, guess what? Jasher is in their text.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go read Jasher in our Sefer. When they read their Bible, Jasher is in there. They're reading
in there.
Right? Okay.
Joshua 73:1. In the 55th year of the reign of Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, that is, in the 157th year of Israel going down into Mizraim, reigned Moshe in Cush. That's where he was at.
Right.
Jump down to 30 to 37. So Moshe took the city by his wisdom, and the children of Cush placed him on the throne instead of Kankanias, king of Cush. And they placed the royal crown upon his head. They gave him for a woman Odaniah, the Cushite queen, woman of Kankanias.
Woman of who?
Kankanias.
Oh wait, this ain't no fresh new young woman. This woman of who?
Nope. That's a woman of Kankanias, the king that died.
Okay.
And Moshe feared Yahuwah Elohim of his fathers.
Right.
So that he came not to her.
Oh.
Nor did he turn his eyes to her.
Nor did he desire her. When they say nor did he turn her eyes, nor did he turn his eyes to her, that means he didn't desire her either in his heart. Right?
Right. For Moshe remembered how Abraham had made his servant Eleazar swear, saying unto him, You should not take a woman from the daughters of Canaan for my son Yishak.
Moshe knew this.
Right? Mm-hmm. We read about it earlier, right? Somebody else said this.
Right.
Yeah. Also, what Yishak did when Yaakov had fled from his brother, when he commanded him, saying, You should not take a woman from the daughters of Canaan, nor make alliance with any of the children of Ham.
So we read that earlier for sure. When Rebecca put her hands on her. Right, okay.
For Yahuwah Eloheinu gave Ham, the son of Noah, and his children, and all his seed as slaves to the children of Shem, and to the children of Japheth, and into their seed after them for slaves forever.
So this same land that has all the resources, right? This same land that has all the resources is slaves to other nations. This land got all the gold. I like chocolate. They got the cocoa. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? All these things, all the resources, but they still slaves to the other nations. Go ahead,
All right. Therefore Moshe turned not his heart nor his eyes to the woman of Canaanites all the days that he reigned over Cush. Moshe feared Yahuwah Elohim all his life.
Right.
And Moshe walked before Yahuwah in truth.
Right.
With all his heart and soul, he turned not from the right way all the days of his life. He declined not from the way, either to the right or to the left, in which Abraham, Yishak, and Yaakov had walked.
And he's talking about strictly when they say Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob had walked. It's talking about what Tobit was talking about earlier when he said, don't take nobody chiefly from the tribe of Abraham, Yishak, and Jacob. And he was giving a woman, a Cushite woman. He could have easily been like, just dealt with her and be like, man, I dealt with her real quick. But he said, nah, I ain't doing that. So what is Miriam talking about? She ain't talking about nothing, right?
Mm-hmm. And the man Moshe was. Go ahead, Yamel. My bad.
No, I was going to just bring up a point too, like for those that like, if you just reading out the Bible version, it's like Moses. You would think Moses grew up an Egyptian, you know what I mean? Just learning that way. But then we had read before. Remember we had read. I forgot what book we read, but it said that he frequently was visiting. Like he been knew who he was. So like he obviously was learning the Torah while he was living in Egypt under Pharaoh's house. So that's how he end up knowing all that stuff too. Cause you read the
He
scripts
went back to
regularly,
his
you just
mother.
think
His mother one was breastfeeding him and stuff.
right. Oh yeah, that too. So now we understand like Moshe, yeah, he grew up in Pharaoh's house, but he was raised knowing the law and stuff. So yeah. That was
man. Hey, but
number 12.
It is if we say it is a command, we see where the command came from Abraham, right? Abraham, the first one, said, "Hey, man, don't take no daughters of no other nations," right? And then we see when Esau took a daughter of another nation, it vexed.
I was looking at it. I was the one who looked at it more or less of a strong, advice, like suggestion. You know what I'm saying? More or less.
That's why I said I like your point, because like you say, yeah, I can see command, but the command really came from Abraham. So really, like you say, it was a firm warning not to take daughters of intermarry with them because of what they would do to you. And Solomon is our main example. The Most High appeared to him twice. Come on, man, twice. Some of us would be lucky if the Most High appeared to us one time.
One time.
All right, back to number 12, starting at verse 3. And the man Moshe was very humble, more than all men who were on the face of the earth. And suddenly Yahuwah said to Moshe and Aaron and Miriam, you three come out to the tent of appointment. So the three came out, and Yahuwah came down in the column of a cloud, and stood at the door of the tent, and called Aaron and Mizraim. They both went forth. And he said, hear now my words. If your prophet is of Yahuwah, make myself known to him in a vision, and I speak to him in a dream. Right? Not so with my servant Moshe. He is trustworthy in all my house. Right? He trustworthy. He didn't even look at that woman.
Right.
Y'all accusing him of. Right? I speak with him, mouth to mouth. Plainly. And plainly. Not in parables. And plainly.
Right.
Not in riddles.
And that's how Mashiach talks to the people, right? In parables and riddles, right? Almost.
Right. And he sees the form of Yahuwah. So why are you not afraid to speak against my servant Moshe? And you see that though? He ain't say, uh, he said he see the form of Yahuwah. That's just deep into itself, you know, form of the Most High. Thinking about something like that.
Mhm.
You know the Most High, what he say? He's not a man,
Right.
right?
Like you said, the form, right?
Mm-hmm. And just like the Messiah said, you have not heard his voice nor seen his form.
Or his face.
And the displeasure of Yahuwah burned against them, and he left. And the cloud turned away from above the tent. And look, Miriam was leprous,
Mm.
as white as snow. And Aaron turned towards Miriam, and look, a leper. And Aaron said to Moshe, "Oh, my master, please do not hold against us the sin in which we have done foolishly, and in that which we have sinned.
Got him, because you was talking
Please."
cash money about a servant of the Most High. Now look, a leper.
Please do not let her be as one dead when coming out of his mother's womb, with his flesh half consumed.
That's what it looked like when a leper come out of mama's womb. He look half dead, right?
Mm-hmm. And Moshe cried out to Yahuwah, saying, "O El, please heal her, please." Yahuwah said to Moshe, "If her father had but spit in her face, would she not be ashamed 7 days?
Right. If
Let
her,
her be shut."
right,
Mm-hmm.
and think about it. If her daddy spit in her face, she'll be ashamed 7 days. My daddy spit in my face. She probably won't show herself in the streets for 7 days at least, right? Everybody would have heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody heard Miriam daddy spit in her face. She gonna be in her tent 7 days. Like, I ain't going out so everybody can talk about me in my face. Go ahead.
Let her be shut out the camp 7 days, and after that, let her be remitted.
Right? Because of her accusation, right? Because of her accusation.
Right.
That's what happened. Okay. So we see that Moshe, it was okay for him to give that word, don't mess with other nations, because even though he had a Cushite woman that was given to him by the Cushites, he never dealt with her. Right? So regardless of what Miriam and Aaron had to say, Moshe ain't never even deal with this woman, but never had the desire in his heart to deal with this woman. So he was still able to give, hey man, don't go mess with these other nations. Trust me, I've been there. That's what he said.
Nehemiah 13:23.
Okay, we almost out of here.
13 and 23, then we jump into 25 to 27. Those days I also saw Yehuda, who had married women of Ashdod, Ammon, Moab.
And that's what we're looking at right now in these days. You Edom that's have different women's, from different nations.
Did not contend with them and cursed them, and struck some of them and pulled out their hair, and made them swear by Elohim, saying, "You do not give your daughters as wives to their sons, nor take their daughters for your sons or yourself."
That's what we're doing right now. We ain't physically pulling your hair, you know what I'm saying, or none of these things, because we can't do that. But right now we just saying don't give your daughters over to them, because we just seen that if you do give your daughters over to them, you giving them to pass through the molech, right? So now all we doing is giving another firm warning, reconfirming the firm warning that was given to us from the Most High. You might be with a foreign woman, but don't give your daughter or your son over to one, right?
Did not Solomon, sovereign of Israel, sin because of them? Among the many nations, there was no sovereign like him. who was beloved of his Elohim. And Elohim made him sovereign over all Israel. Even him, foreign women caused the sin.
So what? You think you stronger than Solomon? You thinking, hey, I can take a foreign woman, but I ain't gonna sin. Come on, man. This the same one the Most High appeared to him twice, right? And was beloved of the Most High. And still foreign women caused him to sin. Let's not be prideful and think we better than the next one. I can get me a foreign woman. I ain't gonna sin. Come on.
And Solomon was supposed to be like very wise. You know what I'm saying?
Supposed to be. They say he was very.
Should we then hear of your doing all this great evil, trespassing against our Elohim by marrying foreign wives?
Right. So again, this is what Ox saying. This is what Ox been saying all day. Should we then hear of your doings about this great evil? They calling this a great evil, marrying these foreign women and trespassing against our Elohim, right? Now, so I do understand when brothers be like, this is a command. Because this thing obviously make brothers go astray and sisters, include the sisters, but mostly brothers for sure. All right, let's get all the way back to that Deuteronomy. All right, let's finish them off.
Deuteronomy 7, 5-8. But this is what you do to them. Break down their slaughter places.
Not physically.
And smash their pillars.
Not physically.
And cut down their Asherim. And burn their carved images with fire.
It's not physically and none of these things. We're talking about their doctrine right here. This is all we can do. We can do all these things in the spirit. We can break down their slaughter places in the spirit. We can smash their pillars in the spirit. We cut down their Asherim in the spirit. We burn their carved images with fire in the spirit, right? Instead of making a covenant with them and saying, oh yeah, you so fine, I'm about to walk in the ways you walk. No, if you do have a woman like that, you need to do this in the spirit, straight up. No.
For you are a set apart people to Yahuwah, your Elohim.
Right.
Yahuwah, your Elohim, has chosen you to be a people for himself. That right there tells you why.
Right. For sure.
A treasure possession above all the people on the face of the earth. This all tell you why he's supposed to be pure. Yahuwah did not set his love on you, nor choose you, because you were more numerous than any other people, for you were the least of all people. And you see, he said we was the least of all people, and by getting with these other nations, we steady mixing out our people. We still becoming more least and least and least. So it's only a remnant left. But because of Yahuwah loving you, and because of him guarding the oath which he swore to your fathers, Yahuwah has brought you out with a strong hand and ransomed you from the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh, sovereign of Mizraim.
We still in Egypt to this day, under sovereigns, under pharaohs. Because they say everybody, in every single president that came in, the first title that's given to him is president, just like in Egypt. Every single pharaoh was named Pharaoh. That wasn't their first name. That's the title given to them, Pharaoh. The title given to these people right now, president. Same thing, man. You hear that, y'all, man?
Trump 2024 out.
All right, Testament of Levi.
I read it out.
Okay.
And now, my children, I command you, fear the Most High, your Elohim, with all your heart, and walk in simplicity according to all his law. And do ye also teach your children letters, that they may have understanding all their life.
Right.
Reading. Go ahead, up.
And that's exactly what you was doing. You like, I'm about to screenshot this. Teach your children letters, what we've been reading, right? Same
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Go ahead.
That they may have understanding all their life. And it's like the words say, teach your children so they may not depart from it. You know what I'm saying?
So,
All their life. Reading unceasingly the law of Yahuwah.
mm,
That's that word. Train up a child in the way that they shall go. There you go. They may never depart from it.
right.
For everyone that knoweth the law of Elohim shall be honored and shall not be a stranger wheresoever he goes.
Wherever you journey at, wherever land you in, as long as you have knowledge of the law of the Most High, you won't be a
Hey,
stranger.
that's that Proverbs. You keep the law, you be at peace with all men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Many
The
friends
law
shall
don't.
he gain. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the law don't teach you to argue with people or to make enemies. You know, we
I
speak
know,
our
right?
own words. We'll make enemies. You know what I'm saying? The law teach you to love your neighbor and treat people how you want to be treated, and so
Right,
you shouldn't have no problem with nobody.
right.
That's right. Yeah. Many friends shall he gain more than his parents,
Mm.
and and many men shall desire to serve him. Like you said, yeah, many friends shall he gain more than his parents. You know, especially nowadays, we ain't grow up with this stuff, but we
Right.
teach our kids. Man, they're gonna be the better version of us, man.
And again, they're gonna have
Right.
actual friends. When you used to grow up and you was like, oh, that's my friend, you don't know what a friend is. Your kids come up in this, they know understand what a true friend is. They're gonna know how to try a friend, all these things, right? So they might have two friends, but when you was growing up, you said you had 10, 12 friends. Were those really your friends? Right?
Mm-hmm. Hey, I just read that what's that? Sirach 6 to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? We could read that Sirach 6, bring it out. You know? Yeah, many friends shall he gain, more than his parents, and many men shall desire to serve him, and to hear the law from his mouth.
What they gonna hear from his mouth out?
Man, what the Gentiles say? Teach us next Sabbath. They couldn't wait to
Right,
hear the word next Sabbath,
right, right.
Mm.
and to hear the law from his mouth. Work righteousness,
Hmm.
therefore, my children. You got it up.
Oh no, I was agreeing with you when it said work righteousness. It didn't say believe in righteousness, right? Because
Mm,
faith without work is dead. It didn't say have faith in righteousness. It said work righteousness, right? You have to do this. Come on.
mm. Yeah, that's heavy, y'all. That's heavy, right? Work righteousness, therefore, my children, upon the earth, that ye may have it as a treasure in heaven.
So now we
Praise
see.
Yah, right?
Now we.
Yeah,
Oh, praise. Go ahead.
yeah, stacking up the treasures. You got it,
We on the same page. So we see working righteousness is stacking up our treasures right in heaven.
Yes, sir.
Oh, praise.
Yes, sir. So now you know how to add to your bank account up in heaven. You know, work some
Right, yeah,
righteous
work
deeds.
Yeah, there you go.
righteousness. Right on.
And sow good things in your soul, that ye may find them in your life.
All praises. Because that's what the Most High try, your soul. So sow good things in it.
That's dope. Like you said, like you reap what you sow, right? What goes around comes around. You know, sow good things, man.
Right.
But if ye sow evil things, ye shall reap every trouble and affliction.
Mm.
That's plain, huh?
So,
Get wisdom in the fear of Elohim with with diligence.
Right? Being real careful with it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. For though there be a leading into captivity, excuse me, and cities and lands be destroyed, and gold and silver and every possession perish, the wisdom of the wise not can take away.
Come on. All praise.
Save the blindness of ungodliness and the callousness that comes of sin.
Get this word real quick.
What you looking at, Bob?
Callousness, insensitive, and cruel disregard for others.
Mm-hmm. That's not loving thy neighbor.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
And just disregard, period.
Mm-hmm.
Disregard that comes with sin or of sin, right?
Oh, you just think about that though. That means you're gonna get over on everybody you can, right?
Man, the disregard of
Disregard.
All right.
You know, I'm not gonna love my neighbor. I'm gonna do him dirty.
Right. For if one keep oneself from these evil things, then even among his enemies shall wisdom be a glory to him.
Ain't that a proverb about?
Yeah, I was gonna say, it'll make even at peace with your enemies, right?
You go.
If you keep this law, you'd be at peace even with his enemies.
Right.
Make his enemies be at peace with you. Yeah.
Yeah. And in a strange country, a fatherland.
Where we at right now? In a strange
In a
country.
strange country.
A fatherland. Think of how far you are from Israel. We ain't talking about farther land as in the farther of the land. We talking about actually far land. Like you far from your land. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. And in the midst of foes shall prove a friend.
Right. You're around your enemy. But one of them, you're around your enemies, they gonna like
you. Right. And just like you say, even in the midst of foes.
That nigga.
Right. Even in the midst of foes will prove a true friend. So, sometimes you might be in the midst of foes and your friend, quote unquote, will abandon you. Right? Now he's saying even in the midst of foes, and we talking about not as like you about to fight somebody. We talking about in the spirit. Even in the midst of foes, somebody you speaking truth, and your friend's supposed to be speaking that truth with you. But somebody speaking something of this world, and then he be like, yeah, well, I see what you're saying, talking about this world, right? That's what we talking about right here.
Whosoever teaches noble things and does them, God teach it and do it,
right?
Shall be enthroned with kings.
Hey, don't get I started on teaching now. You see that? We're still teaching out here.
Hey.
Don't get me started, Doc. Don't get me started.
Yeah, that's another discussion.
Right.
we still waiting for Op to come out the womb. You know what I'm saying?
He gotta come out that womb, man. He gotta re-enter the womb.
We're gonna start from the top. Whoever teaches noble things and does them shall be enthroned with kings. As was also Joseph, my brother. Therefore, my children, I have learned that at the end of the ages, ye will transgress against the Most High Yah.
You read this, you should be like, oh my goodness, have I transgressed? Yes, you have. Because Levi just told you, my children, I learned at the end of ages, you will transgress against the Most High. And look at our people. Look at us these days, man. Look at us, man.
You got it.
Nah, go ahead.
No, I think you was about to just kind of say you can remember. I was going to say just think about the stuff we was doing before we came into this truth, huh?
Transgressing. Now look at the wickedness around us. I'll be like, oh my goodness, man. Straight up.
Man, therefore, my children, I have learned that at the end of the ages, ye will transgress the Most High, against the Most High, stretching out hands to wickedness against him. And to all the Gentiles shall ye become a scorn.
Is that not right now, huh?
Come on, now.
You
know? For our father Israel is pure from the transgression of the chief priests,
right,
who shall lay their hands upon the Savior, upon the Mashiach of the world.
Right.
For as the heaven is pure in the Most High sight than the earth, so also be ye, the lights of Israel, purer than all the Gentiles.
That's what we just read earlier, right? So you are set apart, right?
Yes, sir.
You are set apart people to Yahuwah your Elohim, right? So now we're reading this again. For as heaven is pure in the Most High sight than the earth, so are you, Yisrael. The light of Yisrael pure than all the nations. Come on.
Okay, back to Judges. Chapter 14, whole thing.
Oh, wait, I don't think we finished it, Doc.
Yeah, we did. Let's see. We were going to 13, right?
17.
Oh,
17.
okay.
Good. I want to keep reading anyway.
Yeah,
hey, scroll. You zoomed in, huh?
Huh? We was right on.
You zoomed in. I can't read.
You did that on your phone, huh?
That's your phone.
Oh, it's my phone? Okay, you're right.
Now you got,
why my phone did
I
that?
don't know Roman numerals. Now you got them mixed up.
Oh, man.
You know I don't know the Roman numerals. I ain't Roman like Shaq.
Cut it out. Only Gentile in this
assembly.
Metal not as much business.
Every time we do a discussion, they trying to switch somebody's lineage. Every time. You're Danite one day now I'm a Gentile. Everybody know y'all male Gentile in this assembly. That's the only Gentile.
Yeah, but if ye be darkened through transgressions, what therefore will all the Gentiles do living in blindness? That's plain.
Right, because the priest, you're supposed to be priest to these Gentiles, right? But if you darken through transgressions, what the Gentiles gonna do?
How they gonna get the truth, huh?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, ye shall bring a curse upon our race. Ye shall bring a curse upon our race, because the light of the law, which was given for to lighten every man,
right,
and for all people, right, the Jew and to the Gentile,
right,
which was given for light to lighten every man. This ye desire to destroy by teaching commandments contrary to the ordinance of Elohim, or the Most High.
Teaching that 12 tribe chart.
Hey, come on, stop beating me to my points. You see that 12 tribe chart? You feel me?
had to say it before you said,
I
the way it
see.
looked like you. I had to say it like that so it looked like you stole it from me. Go ahead.
Okay, nah, that's a good point though. That's a good point. You see that 12 tribes chart? That's the difference between the or now you're starting to teach that all these other nations are Israelites, right?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Come on. And that's in this you desire to destroy by teaching the commandments, contrary, right? Opposite. Most High already told you who Israel is. You say, nah, I'm about to add this to Israel. Oh, yeah. Ooh, she fine. You Israel too. Ooh, look at her.
Hey, Yamel said, man, they got the border open because, in the last days they said, Israel, gather yourselves together, O nation that desire.
See, I know I can't
They
say
opened the border.
I
They
know I
opened the border and let all the rest of the 12 tribes over here.
hey, man,
They
about
are
15
coming
tribes
down.
that came through this thing. About 15 tribes.
We read about that bearing false witness. We read it down.
Yeah, stop being false witness. I'm like, I know I can't say that one.
Where we at with it? 16?
Let me lie. Yeah.
Yeah. The offering of the Most High ye shall rob, and from his portion shall ye steal choice portions, eating them contemptuously.
With who?
With contemptuously, I say that.
Contemptuously with the harlots, right?
With harlots. And out of covetousness.
Out of what?
Covetousness.
Out of covetousness, right?
Ye shall teach the commandments of the Most High.
Come on, just reading it up. Out of covetousness, right? That's 12 tribe chart, huh? Come on. It's 12 tribe chart. Out of covetousness.
That brother, hey, he over there bleeding right now.
He bleeding up. He bleeding up.
He can't even heal the wound he got earlier.
I'm gonna tell a woman in the assembly, hey, send y'all mail, because none of the brothers gonna think about it. Hey, send y'all mail some bandages and some gauges, man. He cut up. That brother needs some peroxide, some band-aids.
Right.
And he said, that name, what name was it? Janiyah?
Yeah, he trying to make, hey, Janiyah. I'm like, that's Janiyah. Stop trying to make everybody Israelite.
I heard I heard him earlier that, can you put a little anti-ointment right here on this move right here? Yeah, right there. A little bit.
Put some Neosporin on that thing.
Yeah, a little bit right there. Oh, over here too. Put some right there too.
Yeah.
This is straight the word right here. Right? And out of covetousness, you shall teach the commandments of the Most High. Wedded women shall ye pollute. In the virgin of Jerusalem shall ye defile. And with harlots and adulterers shall ye be joined. And the daughters of the Gentiles shall ye take to wife, purifying them with an unlawful purification.
Unlawful purification. I'm almost going back to what Big Man said. And Big God, is this a commandment? I don't know now. It's saying unlawful purification you putting on these Gentiles out.
Ooh-wee. And your union shall be like unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
You said that union that you got with that Gentile woman gonna be like Sodom and Gomorrah. We stopping it right there. Stop it at 17.
Okay.
That union that you got with that Gentile is like Sodom and Gomorrah to the Most High. Ooh. But let's counteract that scripture out, because we don't want to leave it on a negative connotation, right? Let's counteract that scripture one time and hit that Judges 14. I don't want y'all male going to bed looking at a woman like it's like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, she ain't no Gentile. She ain't no Gentile.
Yeah, crazy.
Let's get cut it out. Just cut it out. Stop laughing. Let's read. Come on.
All right. Judges 14. Y'all want me to hit it? Or Jermaine, you want to hit it?
Go ahead.
Or Yamir, you want to finish?
Nah,
Nah,
you
I'm
got
good.
it, Doc. Just read it, Doc. The last one.
And Samson went down to Tamar and saw a woman of Timnah, of the daughters of Philistine. And he went up and informed his father and mother, saying, I have seen a woman in Tamar of the daughters of the Philistines, and now take her for me for a wife.
Come on, man. It's straight Israel telling his daddy and his mama, I want her.
And go give me one of them Gentile women right there, mama.
Right. We should have got the definition of Philistine, but we ain't want to hurt no feelings today. Go ahead, Doc.
But his father and mother said to him, is there no woman among the daughters of your brothers or among all my people that you should take a wife from the uncircumcised Philistines?
Hmm.
And Samson said to his father, Mama ain't listening to me, Daddy. She's fine. Can't you see her?
Man.
Yeah, Samson
I'm
said
adding
to
the
his
script,
father,
the Testament of Reuben coming soon, part 2, and the scripture. Come on. You sound like y'all met the other day talking about, hey, it was a feast of dedication. Yahusha went to get a plate. He was eating some ribs. He was eating some macaroni. I'm like, y'all male talking about my y'all on the feast. It said he walked on the porch. Go ahead, though.
All right. And Samson said to his father, take her from me, for she is pleasing in my eyes.
You see that? And
However,
it said from the uncircumcised Philistines. So we ain't just talking about in the physical circumcision. We talking about circumcision of the heart also, right?
The heart, right. Ain't like she looked in the pants, right? Women can't be circumcised, right?
Exactly.
In the, flesh like that, so.
Right. We talking about the heart, all right?
That's why, after his mother said that, he went to his dad like, come on, Daddy, you like them nice looking women?
Dang.
Take her for me, for she is pleasing in my eyes.
Right.
However, his father and mother did not know that it was Yahuwah, that he was seeking an occasion to move against the Philistines. For at that time, the Philistines were ruling over Israel.
That's how we counteracting that scripture when it said that the union was like Sodom and Gomorrah. Because it says, however, the father and mother did not know that this was from Yahuwah. So the Most High might have put you and that Gentile woman together for you to lead that Gentile woman into the truth. And that's why we only really wanted 4, but we can read the whole story if y'all would like. But this is why we wanted 4. However, his father and mother did not know that it was of Yahuwah. Again, y'all might be together that you might lead that Gentile woman into the truth. It can be from the Most High y'all that y'all together. So you lead that woman into the truth, man. All praises to the Most High y'all. For sure.
Y'all want to read the rest of it, or you want to just jump to Tobit?
I think we could jump to Tobit. That was a good one.
Yeah, we just really want the photo. The story is good, but you can read it for yourself on your own time.
Coming back to Tobit. Tobit, chapter 4, verse 19. Bless Yahuwah Elohim always, and desire of him that your ways may be directed.
Right.
And that all your paths and counsels may prosper. For every nation has not counsel.
Because we set apart, right, for the Most High.
Right.
Every nation ain't got the counsel of the Most High, right?
Right. But Yahuwah himself gives all good things, and he humbles whom he will.
No matter what
As he,
nation, no matter what nation, he humbles who he
right,
will,
as he will.
as he will.
Now, therefore, my son, remember my commandments.
Right.
Need to let them be put out of your mind.
All praise to the Most High, Yah.
All praise to the Most High.
I want to go back with the question again, Big Man, Big I, because they're the only two yeses I got. Is it a commandment or a strong warning? This is still strictly our opinion, also. You know,
It's
you might.
both. It's a commandment and a strong one.
Okay.
It's a
Hold on.
commandment because you.
Wait.
Okay,
Let me, before
go
you
ahead.
give your explanation, let me see what Big Man got to say. Yes or no, Big Man? You still on yes, it's a commandment, or is it a firm woman, or both?
Oh, no, I guess it could be both. You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm in here too.
I asked you,
Right,
Sean. I'm
Shonda.
trying to get everybody. So earlier I asked you, Sean, and you didn't respond.
You was on point when you said Sodom and Gomorrah. I just said to myself, I said Timnah. I said, well, let me see what that actually stands for. It was for restraint. So when they both was running out, who had restraint to not look back, and who had to restrain from looking back and look back? So you got
Okay.
following the commandment is the choice. It's both
I
because
like that,
everybody's
Sean.
not following commandments and everybody's not restraining themselves, and that's what Timnah, what from the Hebrew language they said it was restraint.
Okay.
So you have to restrain yourself from a lot of things if you're gonna follow these commandments.
All praises.
All praises,
That's
Shonda.
good right there, Sean. That gave me
So
some
was
goosebumps right there, Sean.
right. I feel it too. I
Hey,
still feel it.
when Shauna
It's
speaks,
flowing.
that's what we're gonna say when Shauna speaks. You know what I'm
You
saying?
better listen. You
Yeah, you
better
better
listen.
listen, right? You
You
better.
But
dropping some jewels.
we blew in the face, and we could try to sum everything up, but what we read is actually what you say, food to the heart. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't get it. What's the problem? I mean, you could get a rap song, and I'm gonna tell you something. I was a Prince fan, and I mean, I could tell you every word from Elder Bar to Prince and all kind of stuff. But one thing my mother said to me, she said, "Now you know you dealing with spiritual things here, and you're gonna have to discern what you want to remember word for word as you get older in life, because that's not gonna get you to heaven." I said, well, and she always made sure she said things that made sense. So when you reading the word and you reading this knowledge, it makes sense. You just have to gather it and put it in place. It's like everybody could get off the phone and everybody have a different perception of what we did or what we talked about. So that's just what we dealing with, period. When we looking at demons, I done seen them, man, y'all just don't know. We are living we here together right now, but the things that we are living around, we are living against some real live demons. Like literally, and he's putting little things inside, well, right in front of my face that I'm like, I'm sometimes I'll be like, let me just go out, pay my bills, do this, come back in. Because people don't know when they're being used because they not following what? The truth. So what happens when we
Right.
follow the truth? We be all miscombobulated. We be all over the place. I mean, it's times when we can look back where we wouldn't even want to sit still right now and talk for 3 or 4 hours, let alone 5 minutes, because we always got something to do.
Right. Right.
When we read this is just one of us in these scriptures. It's for us to learn not to be like this, to overstep that boundary and say, I don't want to do that, because man, do
That's what
you
we mess up at, huh?
going behind closed doors? These people are. I mean, they'd have found a warehouse full of bodies and stuff. Like, what was they doing? Or what was So things amongst us are really like we live in. What's going on now is nothing new.
Right.
It's
Right.
nothing new. You know, I see these guys in these little skinny jeans and they're down here and they can't pull them up. And I'm just looking and you don't know if they this way or that way. And
Hey, Sonny,
Right.
so we ain't even
Wearing
gonna
pink
on them right
shirts.
now. But we'll be on here all
Wearing
day
pink
talking about
shirts.
them. Right, right. We
say,
ain't even gonna deal with it, Shawnee. But all praises, man. That was beautiful, Shawnee. That was some good understanding. All praises. For sure.
man, I'm listening to this, but when y'all said to my, that says restraint.
Right.
You know, it take a lot to restrain. Sometimes you can get so upset you go over the boundary. You be like, get that restraint. I'm just gonna go there. So
Mm.
he was in place back, you know, back here, but now it's just like we can't even stay in one place. We can't even sit down long enough to try to get this. But he's gonna make a way. He will make a way because I believe. I do.
Ready.
But yeah,
He
man,
made a way for this discussion to come out. I know that.
I was waiting for y'all to turn it off. When
All
y'all get
praises.
yeah.
Okay. Let's go and finish it out. Where we at?
Psalm
136.
136.
Okay. 136. Give thanks to Yahuwah, for he is good, for his mercy or his loving commitment is everlasting. Give thanks to the Elohim of the mighty ones, for his loving commitment is everlasting. Give thanks to the master of masters, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who alone does great wonders, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who by wisdom made the heavens, for his mercy endures forever. To him who spread the earth on the waters, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who made great lights, for his mercy endures forever. The sun to rule by day, for his loving commitment is everlasting. The moon and the stars to rule by night, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who struck Mizraim in their firstborn, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And brought out Israel from their midst, for his loving commitment is everlasting. With a strong hand and with an outstretched arm, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who split apart the sea of reeds, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And may Israel pass through the midst of it, for his loving commitment is everlasting. But shook off Pharaoh and his army in the sea of reeds, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who led his people through the wilderness, for his loving commitment is everlasting. To him who struck great sovereigns, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And killed mighty sovereigns, for his loving commitment is everlasting. Even Shion, sovereign of the Amorites, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And Og, sovereign of Bashan, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And gave their land as an inheritance, for his loving commitment is everlasting. An inheritance to Israel, his servant, for his loving commitment is everlasting. Who remembered us in our humiliation, for his loving commitment is everlasting. And rescued us from our adversaries, for his loving commitment is everlasting. Who gives food to all flesh, loving commitment is everlasting. Give thanks to the El of the heavens, for his mercy endures forever. Hallelujah. Praise Yah.
Hallelujah. Praise Yah. Praise to the Most High. Stop adding
Oh,
takeaways.
praises, man.
I just read it how it
That was a
said
good
in
one.
King James. That's how it said in
Yeah,
King
okay.
James. For his mercy endures forever.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, praises, man.
Praise Yah. Oh, praise.
Hey.
Oh, that was good right there, though. Y'all be rocking. Praise Yah. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with that right there. You know? You know, I know